Wait, Tony.
Somebody should do it.
No.
We're live. That's how it starts. Also, just like full
Do I start recording now?
No, not yet. Hey, everybody. Welcome to bonus content. I am Alex. Tony's here. Scott's here. Nobshin's here.
Sorry.
Hoffman is here.
Are you guys ready?
Did you say sorry, Scott?
I said, are you guys ready?
Oh, I was never ready. I don't know what you've got planned.
You know, that's par for the course. All right, hit the record button.
Par for the course.
4.
No, don't hit the record button. Not yet. Tony, what's up? What's going on? You got. Tell me what's your life. You're not going to be here for the show, so we got to get the most Horvath out of you right now as possible. That's fine. We can just not talk.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, that works too. But he just actually came to bonus content so that he could leave bonus content.
He joined it. There's 2 Tonys now.
Now there's 2 Tonys.
I'm cloning myself.
Tony, stop.
Tony, what's going on? How's life? What's the word? What's the haps?
I mean, it's been a pretty good week. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
So, what has been an interesting series of events? Not an unfortunate one, but an interesting one.
You'd say it's not unusual.
No, it's not.
Is Lemony Snicket involved?
I'm
Good question.
soon starting a new job as a bartender.
Okay.
I'm going through training right now to learn how to do all that in like an official capacity.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be taking over like the head bartending position at a restaurant in town that I'm good friends with the owner of. So yeah, I have
you
been
just
over
moved
there.
to this town. You're already good friends with the owner of some bar.
We are good friends with the owners of like most
Tony has his
restaurants.
ways of doing things.
Well, now what does being good friends with someone mean? I want to
As
dig
in, like-
deeper into this. Did you date his daughter?
No,
Did you catfish him?
Did you
But-
catfish him?
no,
Okay.
no, I didn't do any of that.
Okay.
But we've gone out to lunch with this guy a bunch of times, and he has
Who's
just
we?
come into the restaurant. Me, my roommate Griffin, and him.
The gooch.
We went to basically his friend whose name is also Tony. The current bartender there. We were hanging out yesterday. He came to our house. We went to a bar.
Do you have to eat this other Tony to become him?
No,
Is
but
it like a
we
totem
did.
pole thing?
We have been over there a couple days in a row just to have Italian food every evening, and all that's great because it's not.
What is other Tony's favorite Italian dish?
I don't know, but we had this lamb shank yesterday that was so good.
All right. So
But yeah, so basically like they've been having us come in for the past couple days, and we just sit at the bar and talk to them and order drinks, and then he'll teach me how to make them. It's great.
and you were like, "Oh, cool! So like I could do this. I'm gonna take your job."
It was more like he's
Are you gonna get a
leaving
bouncer
to
to
go
throw him
back
off the
to
building?
LA in a week and a half, and Drew, the owner, was like, "Who's gonna do this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I'll do it." When we were at lunch, and then he was like, "Tie it." So.
Well, I'm glad that it sounds like it was very official, and it was in a full capacity. So you're training tonight, and that's why you're not going to be on the show
No,
proper.
so I've been. Yeah, I just didn't want to. Obviously,
No, I just didn't. Yeah.
I just made plans with other people.
So actually, what it is, I am going to that restaurant, but not for training. I'm sure some of that will happen while I'm there, but that's
So
not the
5 minutes
express
ago,
route
you
for it.
lied to me. You
No.
said that I
I
was.
did all of us.
I got training for this new job, and that's why I can't be on the show tonight. And that was a lie. Is what you said that to me, and it was a lie.
Maybe.
No, really, I just wanted to have dinner.
But no, I am going for the express purpose of having dinner with specific people there. And we will be then at that point also doing some training. So
you're what's the word? You're schmoozing.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, fetch me a
Really,
martini.
like the actual thing that's happening is Griffin and I are supposed to be going there to have dinner with the 2 daughters of the other waitress that works there.
Oh, this is where you marry the guy's daughter.
Yeah.
Bingo.
It all comes full circle. Okay. Well, I wish you good luck in marrying and taking this waitress's daughter.
Also, money for her ring.
Please be cordial and kind.
Wait, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, it's true. Does this mean like during Extra Life you're gonna be like, no, I'm gonna make everybody the drinks because I'm a bartender?
No, but if you want some hot fucking fire drinks, down.
That's a side bet right there.
That's a side bet.
Like, be real, you don't have to do shit.
I love your reaction to that. No, shit. I mean, I'm not saying that you wouldn't have the talent or skill to be justified in saying that. I'm just saying, is that gonna happen or not?
Probably.
Look,
So
Alex,
here's the thing.
Be real.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't get the job,
Yeah.
he'd still end up making the drinks.
Well, I mean, we did. It was a group effort to make the paint can, TBF.
Hey, but my idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Me and Dan Juarez that made that happen. I will have you know.
Yeah, it was. I'm glad it happened.
Glad y'all are sipping on Everclear.
Yeah, it was something else.
Hell yeah.
What else is going on in your week, Tony? You built this machine.
Yeah, so I finally just decided to build a computer. It'd been like, I built my roommate's computer. I built his girlfriend's computer a month ago. And so then I was just like, nothing works anymore. My computer actually destroyed itself last week. My laptop is no longer working.
Mm-hmm.
So it, the best time that it could have been. So I purchased the rest of the things that I needed for the computer off on the internet, drove into town on Wednesday morning and bought the last couple things I need, and then spent 4 hours on Wednesday morning building this new machine. So it's really nice because when I first did the other two computers, they're basically the same configuration. A lot of the stuff is the same because they're just like, hey, build us gaming computers that are like the best. And I was like, well, that's already what I was going to build for me. So here's all the parts that I was going to use. How do you feel about these? And they were like, cool. So I basically built them slightly customized versions of what I would build for myself. And so then when I built one for me, I just built exactly what I wanted. So yeah, it's nice. It runs really well. It's having been the third time that I built the same machine. I would put things together slowly and test them as I went. And make sure that I don't do all of the painstaking cable management and making it look really nice, and then all of a sudden it doesn't post, and then I have to take it apart and figure out what went wrong and fix it and all that. This time I just went kind of balls deep and did everything all at once and did all the really painstaking cable management, made it look really nice, put in all the LED lights, hooked everything up, and then tried to turn it on, and everything was fine. It posted on the first try, so that was a nice surprise.
Where did it post? Did it post to Reddit?
No.
To Giphy, Imgur,
Yeah.
Twitter, Facebook.
It was actually
GIF.com.
it posted to the fan site.
Oh, okay. That's a little double meaning right there, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so everything works on it. It was very easy to set up with all the drivers and everything that I needed. I've got a 1070 in there.
Not a 1080.
No, because this is
What about a
$100
Titan?
extra for something that I don't necessarily need.
Get 4 Titans.
Yeah, right.
That's all
Now,
you
my
got.
motherboard could only fit 2 cards of that size.
Jesus Christ.
That's still a lot.
It's still a lot. Yeah.
Those things are
Like,
expensive.
But I mean, he got a 1070 because he doesn't need the power of a 1080.
Yeah,
There is
everything.
no point, especially with current Titans, to get a Titan.
I'm just
it's-
saying it for jokes
The
purposes.
1070 that I got was $425.
Yeah.
And I figure by the time that I can't play video games with that 1070, then the same 1070 will probably be $200, and then I can just buy another one and run them in SLI for a year or two, and then that'll keep working. Because the card, man, is huge. The other cards that I bought for the other 2 computers that I built are are not as big as this one. Like it's an extra like 2 inches longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But
That's what she said.
I'm really glad that it fit in the case. But it definitely hangs over more than it's supposed to. I was not expecting it to be so fucking long. But yeah, everything worked. It was great. And it looks cool. So I'm happy with it.
Okay. As long as you're happy, Tony, I'm happy.
Yeah, so like basically what I did is I built this computer and then I continued to play pretty much exclusively PS4 games all week.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, PS4 game.
Have you tried any specific game to run on there at all? Outside 3?
So the games that I have, so I built the computer and then I bought PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is a popular Steam game right now, and that defaulted to ultra settings, runs fine, and like over 100 FPS on ultra.
Wow.
Okay. Then I bought Overwatch on PC to play with Scott and those nerds, and also because Griffin wanted to play the PC version on stream now because we both have PCs that can do it. So that runs fine. I unlimited the FPS. It runs as high. It runs somewhere around 200 FPS.
Good Lord.
Do you throw up while you're playing it?
No.
Okay.
No. So far, that hasn't happened so far.
It might not be related to frame rate. It could just be that you're throwing up.
Yeah, it could just be. Man, we should have Griffin on today so he could talk about him throwing up. Apparently, today is the worst day of his life.
Did he throw up a lot?
He wasn't here this morning when I got up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: we were incredibly hammered last night.
I drank a little too much last night myself.
You kids.
Yeah. So then this morning I expected him to be sleeping like a little baby when I got up, but he was gone. So then he came back around probably about 3 o'clock, so 45 minutes ago now.
Yeah.
That was now 2 hours ago. Jesus, where did the time go?
It went
to the podcast.
Yeah, it did.
And he came in. He was like, "Hey, I just threw up at a Target uncontrollably. It's the worst day of my life." And I was like,
oh my God.
Wait 1 second.
A great day.
Did you get hammered?
Yes.
He was making the drinks.
I've still never. Yeah, who was making the drinks?
So here's what happened yesterday.
I've still never seen
yesterday. Tony, the other Tony, the one who's currently
you're going to eat. Yes,
I think you know that when you say Tony, you don't mean yourself.
The one that you're
going
to eat.
I could though. He wanted me to come in because I was in the restaurant 2 days ago, kind of just doing regular restaurant stuff like salads, waters, whatever, bread, all that shit
salads
that the non-chef would normally do, because the way that restaurant is set up, there's basically 2 people that work the kitchen, guy who does all the drinks, and then Drew who does all the food. And so naturally, the guy who does all the drinks, since there's not constantly drink orders coming in, also does supports the waitresses and all that, plus a bunch of other stuff. He basically does all the salads, all the bread, all that stuff. So he wanted me to do that. I mean, I could make a salad before he showed me how they specifically do their salad, So it took him a second, but I was there for exactly. But I was there for 6.5 hours because we actually filled up the restaurant that night, which was
whatever else you want on
surprising. Anyway, so he told me to come in yesterday and bring Griffin so that we could sit at the bar and drink alcoholic beverages. And then whatever we ordered, he would show me how to make it the right way, because since
there's
I moved
a wrong way
in the house in Boulder City, there is.
Good question.
Really,
no.
What he's been saying, there's not really a wrong way, but there are a lot of small things that people who work as bartenders do for specific reasons, just to specific pour counts and all that stuff. And you want to always have, by the time you're done making the drink, mixed drinks typically have a shot and a half of liquor in them.
Yeah.
So making sure that those are right and the numbers and all that stuff is correct. That's what he was showing me how to do. So as a byproduct of that, Griffin and I went there and each had 5 or 6 drinks. And so then we were there. The restaurant closed at about 10, and then he was like, "Hey, what is Hakkasan?" Which is something that some Tinder girl had been asking him to go see. And we were like, "Oh, you mean Hakkasan? That's a club on the Strip, and it's super overrated." But he was like, "Yeah, that. I have to
Sounds
go."
like some weeb shit.
I have to go do that. So he was going. He was planning to go to Hakkasan.
Yeah.
And after that, basically, one of the waitress that was working the night, since it's a smaller restaurant, there was a Thursday night. It was one waitress and him, and then Drew. So she was like, "But wait, before you go all the way into town, why don't you come with us to this other bar in town that has like billiards tables and stuff, so we could go play pool." And we were like, "Okay, we'll go there for a little bit." So Griffin and I, now about 6 drinks in each, take Tony back to our place.
Other Tony, not you.
Yes, because we had to shut down Griffin's stream.
We always got a full stop when Tony says Tony.
Yeah,
he isn't talking in the third person.
We had to shut down Griffin's stream because we had left it at like 8-ish and wanted to get through, like, basically go to dinner and then come back, but we ended up staying for like 3 hours when we didn't know. We do that. We go back to the house. When we're in the house, I have to show him my home bar because it's really funny. The house that we're living in, there's like randomly 2 cabinets like above the stove in the kitchen. I don't know if I've said this on the show before.
You haven't said it. You showed it to me before last week.
Yeah, that have an automatic button to open them. Like you press the button and the cabinets open.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
It's pretty good. So anyway, I had to show him that, and he thought it was fucking hilarious. And then he was like, "Oh, hey, wait a second. Do I see Gentleman Jack in there?"
Oh, no.
We're having shots.
Good Lord.
I was like, all right. I pulled out some shot glasses. We had some shots.
You invited the Jets over.
Yeah, then Griffin shut off his stream. He wanted to look at the computer that I just built because he was like, I don't understand why there's so many lights in this thing.
Because Tony's an anime boy.
Yeah, both of us.
Wow, both of you are? That's crazy.
Yeah. So
it all makes sense.
All right, so like 6 drinks at the restaurant, came back. We had a couple drinks at our house, and then right as we're about to leave, I was like, "Hey, by the way, Tony, not me, other Tony. I've also got this apple pie flavored moonshine."
Oh, this thing again.
And so he was like, "Where are the shot glasses?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
No, yeah, you get it.
It's like having apple, like Jim Beam apple.
Is it? Yes. It taste like apple
we
pie?
Had,
how many?
Yeah, so we had a couple shots.
Okay.
And then we drove there to this other billiards bar. And as soon as we get there, he walks up to the bar and he's like, "Hey, I don't know what he got, but it was some darker alcohol. He got a couple shots of that."
Yeah.
And then some other mixed drink with a lot of lime in it. So we also had that.
Yeah.
And then he left to go to Hakkasan. It was not rum. Definitely not rum.
Was it darker than
rum? Rum tends to be darker, but like
you're right.
You like whiskey is lighter and Scotch is lighter, so you can like narrow it down on what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I feel like whatever the shot was is not necessarily important.
I want to know. This could be the
thing
that made Griffin sick.
It was all the limes he had.
Yeah, it was tequila.
Yeah. So anyway, now
actually,
both Griffin and I, like maybe 14 drinks in.
Was it orange
color? He leaves, and then
that's not a lot.
Funny because the other waitress who was at the restaurant, the one who really wanted us to go to this bar, and she got my phone number and was texting us as we were at my house, and she was like, "Hey, it's me. Don't flake. You know, like, she better show up to this bar," because she really wanted us to show up. Anyway, we go there.
The Hakkasan bar.
No, the one in town. So we go to this billiards bar, and we're having drinks there, and then Tony has to leave, and she's still not there. So we're there for another maybe 20 minutes, and then we leave.
This is a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah,
Griffin, with a lower alcohol tolerance than I, is very drunk at this point.
Yeah, he's all muscle and...
So we go home.
All beautiful.
And Griffin goes and like sits in the shower for like 2.5 hours. And then I hang out and play Puzzle and Dragons on the couch and progressively get more drunk.
But like by yourself? Just
yeah. No, I'm not drinking, but my body is now processing all of this alcohol.
Okay.
So I'm just getting drunk as this is happening. So I get up, I go to my computer, I turn it on real loud with Anamanaguchi station on Spotify playing real loud. And then I go back to the couch and play more Puzzle Dragons.
Tony.
It was a good time. And then at some point, I go back over to the computer and I'm talking to someone online, and then I see Griffin just like turning his lights off. I'm like, Griffin, you passing out? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So anyway, about maybe an hour later, I go pass out and have one of those like kind of half asleep but not asleep nights when you're super hammered, and so you wake up and you're like more drunk than when you went to sleep.
Yeah,
and it's only been like an hour and a half.
This happened to me last night too.
Because it kicks in and you don't realize it.
Yeah, so I have that for a couple hours, and then maybe about 4 a.m. I finally get to sleep.
Tony. Oh, poor Tony.
Which is funny because while I was playing Puzzle Dragon, she texted me, and this is, mind you, an hour after we left the bar, which is now an hour and 45 minutes after we arrived at the bar she wanted us to be at. She's like, hey, on our way. And I was like, cool, we left an hour ago.
Bye, Felicia.
Good job. And she was like, but I had to change. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I usually take an hour and a half to change too. My bad. And she said, you're a fucking jerk. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So anyway, that was my super exciting experience yesterday.
So like my whole thing was I've still never seen you drunk, Tony.
Yeah.
I feel like you never cut loose when I'm there.
It's because I have to take care of you.
That's not true.
That's why
so true.
That is not true. You don't take care of me. Also, you wait till I get drunk and then you ask to borrow things from me while I'm drunk.
I'm pretty sure that only ever happened once.
That happened twice.
And that was also like many years ago.
Also, there was a third time you borrowed Nino Cooney from me while I was drunk, and then you forgot that you had it.
It's a real thing that definitely did happen, yes.
So you don't fucking take care of shit, for one. And two,
but I mean, that was also like 6 years ago, so.
Yeah.
It still happened.
It still happened, and I didn't forget it.
That's why Alex hates me. Got it.
Like with
Finally, the truth comes out.
The truth come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Thanks for that bump.
But yeah, so
yes.
That whole day plus it's not unusual has basically been my week.
Been your life. Got it.
Yeah.
Quinten, how's life, man?
It's good. I'm an
Welcome to
18-year-old
Irrational
running a liquor department at a grocery store, so it's a fun time.
That's good. I'm
So,
sure
yeah.
everyone asks you what your opinion is on the alcohol, and you are like, "Oh no, but
Exactly. Like I just go off what people tell me. But no, if you do need recommendations, holler my way.
yeah."
But
I'm sure you're very experienced. You've drunk a
Oh.
lot. Not that you would ever admit that on this podcast. This is entrapment.
I didn't say sangria earlier today, so
There you go.
It was fine.
Sangria doesn't count.
it's still wine.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like 15%.
How's life?
It's good. Like I have a trip coming up tomorrow.
Where
I
you
get to
going?
head up to Disneyland with my brother, and my
You
family.
just- it seems like every time I invite you on this show, it is somewhere around Disneyland.
Yeah.
It is. Last time, I couldn't make it is Disneyland, and then it ended up getting pushed to Sunday. I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's too late now. Now you're just going to Disneyland tomorrow just for the hell of it, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
these.
I have
Well,
to
you
work at 5
live-
o'clock in the morning.
Where do you live? San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
Okay. How far
California.
is it from Anaheim?
Like 80 miles.
Okay, so like a 2-hour drive.
Hour and a half.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, it's not.
So yeah, I guess the Disneyland trip is not bad.
No, it's fun. It'll be nice. My brothers are like, oh, yeah, I booked a Disneyland hotel. Do you want to just come with me after work? And I'm all like, sure.
Are you
Let's
gonna do you like do the
Sound ecstatic.
Exactly.
Do you want to? Are you like? Do you do like the 1-night stay and then
No.
you come back? Okay.
I'm going to be there. Like, I leave work at noon tomorrow. Yay, after being up since 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fun time. Then I go up at like noon, get up there at like, I don't know, 1:32-ish. Hang out with brother and family, and then go to Portillo's for dinner.
Yeah.
Then go to the park.
And then go home.
Then Then go to sleep at like midnight probably.
Okay.
Then
Then back to work in the morning.
no. Oh God, no.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, go ahead.
I get to be there for a couple days, so.
That's nice. Man.
Because screw school.
Yeah, it's out. I've like had a lot of the situations where I'm like working every day for way too many days in a row. And then I did a dumb thing and I drank a lot last night because
That's not necessarily a dumb thing.
Well,
Tony.
It was a dumb thing where I drank until 4:30 in the morning and then woke up very much still drunk at 8:30 in the morning when I had to go leave for work.
Lord.
And I was
drink,
like,
though?
I was just beer too. I haven't gotten like just beer drunk in a while.
Which kind?
The beer kind.
That doesn't help me.
It was something local. It's called like the Terrapin, whatever.
Okay.
And something that my friend Chris had brought over.
Was it pale, an IPA,
it was an IPA.
blonde? Okay.
Which normally I don't like drinking IPA out of the bottle, but you know what? It's what we had, and it was very strong.
IPAs tend to be stronger, and they have the bitter aftertaste, which kind of turns people off.
Listen, man, you're talking to a little beer snob junior over here.
Right.
But we drank that, and then I woke up to where I had to leave for work, and I was drunk and sick, and I called out, and here we are. And then I felt terrible all day. Well, not all day. I woke up at again at 5, and I got pizza, and I ate half of a large pizza by myself, and that was okay.
Can I have the other half?
Yeah, just ship out to Maryland. I'll put it on dry ice. It'll be fine.
All right, we'll make it happen.
Well, that's how it works. Scott, how's life?
Pretty good.
Okay.
I haven't done all too much this week.
Did they break your kitchen again? Or is it still broken? Okay.
Yes, they broke it again. Broke it
Okay.
twice.
Okay.
They did not measure the cabinets or anything correctly.
Oh, no. I was just taking a shot in the dark, too.
Yeah, and I've been away from it for so long, I don't know where the floor people screwed up, but they did.
Okay.
So So now I'm going to be at my brother's house for probably till school closes. School's out.
Okay. That's 3-4 more weeks to the end of the semester?
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not the worst.
No, it's fine here.
You had to party with Will, and Switch Miss. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I've never been to your brother's house, so. Full stop. Just let's let the conversation die.
You're not invited.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have nothing to say to you. You can't come. But all right. I'm sorry that they destroyed your. I like that I took a guess. I'm like, I bet the people that were supposed to fix that thing broke that thing, and then I was.
You're like, yep.
And here we are. I'm sorry, Scott.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Soon you'll be back soon. How's now that things are wrapping up? How is school going with you?
Pretty good.
Okay. Almost to the end of the semester. This is your first semester at this school too, so.
Yep.
Do you like it? I don't know if I've asked you that.
I don't think it's a fair question because this is the first semester that I've had that is actually based around my major.
Okay.
So that's good.
So it's not a fair question. So it's way better than every other semester that I've ever had.
That's good.
And for those who don't know, what is your major? I'm one of those people who don't know.
Computer science.
Strictly
C++
just
or Java or Flash.
No one does Flash. I'm just kidding.
I did Flash. It's easy.
That is good. Are
They're
you
not supposed to teach you that Flash and okay. I did you do Flash on your own?
I had a teacher. It was I had a class specifically to do it in high school. I was like, oh, okay. And then he just
is it like an elective?
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, that's
weird.
More of.
Yeah, it's weird. It was weird. Because Flash is a stupid program.
Yeah, that is weird. Well, what are you? Are you both, Scott? Are you C++? Are you Java? Are you coffee?
So far, the 4 languages I know is Lua, Java, and C++. C++ and Python.
Lua.
What's
Lua
Lua?
and Python are almost
Sounds like an
the same
STD.
thing. It's LUA,
LUA. Okay. It sounds like a luau.
It sounds Hawaiian.
except for there's no O.
I know.
Or an
Is there
extra
symbol of
E
pineapple?
or extra U.
Is it? Does it go on pizza? That's the real question.
It doesn't.
Well, I mean, it's the only way to do pizza.
God,
There
it's
we go.
gross. Do spinach.
Well,
or
we're not
onions
talking about
instead.
pineapple.
Okay.
We're talking about luau.
Yeah.
We're talking about the luau on the pizza.
That
Yeah,
sounds
sorry,
crazy.
Scott. I'm sorry I ruined Lua for you. I don't know how
So do
often
we like
you
do
even use
Hawaiian
it.
dance now?
That's how we actually end the show. You'll get there. It's part of the format. It's in the Google Doc.
Got it.
Nabachin,
Huh?
anything going on in your life this week?
Pretty much after I beat Persona 5, everything caught up, so everything's been pretty bad. Because, like, it's been a pretty good 2 weeks.
You woke
Because
up.
I've been neglecting a lot of things and, like, just been, like, focusing on that. And, like, I've been enjoying that 2 weeks, like, completely. But after that, it's been, like, oh, wow, like, I've been, like, leaving work early. And, you know, like, I haven't been doing my responsibilities. So, like, everything's just been fucked up for, like, the last few days. So, I'm just trying to, like, get back on that high after having a good high and a real bad low. I'm getting trying back to.
Oh, you were high on 420, as I take it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The highs were at the top of 420. No,
Like,
Was that 420?
take your time.
that was Thursday.
It was yesterday.
No, it was
No, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
God, my days are all messed up.
it's all right.
I guess that was 420. Because it was at night.
It
past
was.
midnight.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the end of Thursday for me. Yeah, as well. When I finished Persona 5. So yeah, I got you.
Twinsies.
Yeah, there you go. No, you were like a couple days before me, right?
Yeah, I was.
So you finished it what, Sunday, Monday? I finished it Thursday.
I don't even know. I'm trying to
Sorry,
think right
you were like in the zone. So, cool. Well, we hit the 30-minute mark, so we should. I don't want to make bonus content going
now.
for
It was
48 minutes.
3 days ago.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Back to back. I don't want to make bonus content going for 48 minutes again. So let's get started with the recording. Oh, I didn't get.
But-
All right, do we do it now?
But
I'll-
48 minutes.
I'm gonna do a countdown in a second, and then we'll start. I didn't
I'll
do a
have my-
test recording at all, so I messed up. I'm gonna refill my glass of water real quick. 'Cause I'm still hungover, so I need this water or I'll die.
Get like
Yeah,
another drink or something. Hair of the dog works.
no, thank you. No, thanks. I'll be right back.
Novice with the jams.
That's what I'm about.
Oh, this is gonna be a good show.
I hope so.
I feel it. Alex texted me on like Thursday. They're like, "Hey, what are your Saturday plans?" And I took a picture of like my aisle and like, "Oh, booze, you?" They're like, "Oh, podcast, you in?" And I'm all like, "That's tomorrow, right?" I'm like, "No, it's Thursday." I'm talking about Saturday. And I'm all like, "Oh my god, I'm a mess." But hey, I'm here.
Happy to have you here.
Oh man. So guys, this is the sports podcast, right?
Yeah, we talk about sports video games. Tony, are you gonna leave now?
As long as we're talking strictly about Wii Sports, I can make time.
What about hockey and basketball? Because playoffs are happening, guys.
No, I don't care. See ya.
Bye, Tony. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Tony.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye.
don't have
Have
too
a
much
fun
fun. No, I hope he has zero fun.
That's very
Patrick.
rude, Alex.
Well, it's honest. Patrick Cyril's Cyrilus? I've never seen Patrick in the chat before. So hi, thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out. Cameron, they said Persona 5. I'm bailing to avoid spoilers. Sorry,
Please don't. I haven't played it yet. I want to.
Let's just ruin the ending of Persona 5 for everyone, Albert. Let's just do that.
No.
Yeah, there's an outro scene. Spoiled. There we go. Done.
There, it's over. It's ruined. There's anime in that game.
Wow, that's crazy.
What? All right. So Quinn, I'm gonna count down from 5 to 1 on 1. You want to hit
Gotcha.
record? Okay. So not on go.
Gotcha.
On 1.
I'll have my hand up.
All right. You don't have to put your hand up. Put your hand down. Come on. There are children here. Namaste and Scott, you guys ready?
I'm the only child here.
It's true. You're 18. You're an adult. You have to live with that.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I'm gonna take that as a silent yes. On 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just curious, Quinn. When I like text you things, do you ever like fully read them? Because it seems like you never do. This
No.
might seem like a weird time to put you on blast, but like
But I'm good at that. I just
I really want
Namaste
to
and Scott
make
the
you
story
terribly
about that.
uncomfortable. Yeah, hey, are you available this Saturday at this time? Oh yeah, what time?
Exactly. I thought that like you texted me on Thursday, right?
Yeah, or Wednesday.
I
one
thought
of the
it
two.
was Friday. So I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, I thought it was either. I actually thought it
Today's-
was Saturday.
Today's
It's today.
Saturday.
Oh. No.
It's all right. You know, I just want to throw the feelers out there. Make sure you're all right. You know.
I am actually.
Okay, good. Let's let me. I'm gonna continue to use this mostly empty inhaler, and hopefully I won't die. I
Just
need
like breathe in air and you'll be fine.
yeah. Well, if it's good, if it's that
Go
good,
like
good
this.
air.
That good air?
Mm,
Was it that good air?
I mean, I think so. Look at these bottle caps that. I drink too much left.
They look like mini hamburgers.
They do. I have like, there's like another stack a little bit shorter than this one over here.
God damn, how much did you have?
Well, that wasn't all from last night, but
I was about to say. Good lord.
I got a 12-pack last Friday, and I went through all of that. I typically, in a week, that's not too bad.
So like what, 2 a night?
Sometimes 1, sometimes 3. So I go back and forth. Did I miss any news, Nobshin?
Oh, I didn't even look at the news. Let me look.
Yeah, Code Vein, the NES Classic, and March MPDs.
Call of Duty.
Fuck,
Bingo.
that's right.
That's happening.
Call of Duty World War II. I didn't even see that. I like go to news websites and no one says anything about Call of Duty.
Well, if you go to my site, I wrote a post about it, so
Have your website open
then
in
you
another
should.
tab.
You should.
As I just always in my life, I should.
Yeah.
There we go. This is the GameSpot article. Was there a trailer that went with this?
No. Trailers on Wednesday. Worldwide reveal on Wednesday. That's what it's called.
Ooh. Anything else, Namishin?
I don't think so.
I'm going to move the Martian
What is
BTs
that?
to the next page because it's going to bother me.
Well, it's actually not on the next
'Cause
page.
it's just
for me. You should switch your Google Doc view to off of print layout. That's what I do for this doc. If you go to view,
Oh,
in the
that's fancy.
and there you go. Life changing.
Whoa. That's crazy.
I know. Life is different now, forever. Welcome to the
I'll just keep it that
the
way.
real Google
That way.
Docs starts here. All right, let's go. Let's get this started.
All right.
I am recording, right? Okay.
You best be. You're the host.
I hope so.
Technically.
I mean, that's why we got the backup.
And
Oh,
now-
let me actually. I'm gonna tweet this real quick.
Doo-doo-doo.
Scott, NATO says that he misses you, and you should use social media more.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I bet he like DM'd you a whole bunch.
Shit, I haven't checked this week, which is actually kind of rare.
Yeah, Scott's all over the Twitters.
I check to make sure that nobody's adding me, as in trying to actually contact me.
He did at you.
Yeah, but generally he's not looking for a reply.
Yeah.
Unless he's passively aggressively looking for a reply.
Also
but I
possible.
don't.
Alex, I approve of your tweet.
Good. I hope there's a retweet. There it is.
Bingo. Duh. I'm the guest. I should.
Are you guys ready?
Sure.
I guess.
Okay. Let's do it. It is Saturday, April 22nd, 2017, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am Alex O'Neill, your host on this podcasting journey of imagination. And with me this week, we have Scott Cuthier.
Hello.
Tony Horvath is not here. He's off doing something that's apparently more important, but if you want to hear his voice, it's in the bonus content. Also with us this week, Brian Nobishin Jackson.
Brother! It's not over. Not yet. This is the liberty that we built for ourselves. Outer Haven.
Is that Metal Gear Solid 4?
Do you just like come pre-prepared with those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is
It
Metal Gear
has-
Solid 4. That's the trailer in Metal Gear Solid 4 when it was showing it was like Snake look at the Metal Gear, it's like liquid, and then it's like that's what he said. So yeah.
Liquid.
It's very creepy.
It's, yeah. Joining us this week, friend of the show, Quinten Hoffman is here hanging out.
Imagination.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, Alex.
Hi. This on our train of imagination. Thank you for keeping the theme running.
I'm gonna try to keep it the whole show.
Yeah, this is the Imagination Gravy Train. Thank you for coming on the show, Quinten. Real quick, as an aside, before I get into where you're from.
I'm like, when you texted me,
Yeah.
I was like overjoyed.
Was it when I texted you this week or 4 weeks ago when I tried to get you on the show initially?
No, this week. Because you're all like, all right, then just get on the show. I'm like, all right, then it's happening because obviously it's gonna happen.
Well, you had said like I should be okay for any
Yeah.
Saturday. So
Yeah.
I wanted to ask earlier, but I'm also terrible at booking guests at a reasonable time usually. So
Yeah.
here we are. But we're gonna loop back around in a second. Nobishin,
Yes, we are.
Have we ever talked about why you do a different intro for every episode?
This is the episode you asked me now?
Yeah,
325
I just
episodes in.
we might have talked about it before.
But educate the kids.
I don't think we ever brought it up.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Nobishin does a different opening every time I introduce him.
He just has a document ready.
Yeah,
He just like crosses them out.
We talked about this. We did talk about this, but we did it. I think it was.
Yeah, it must have been hundreds of episodes ago.
But I wasn't here.
It was because after you gave the answer, I remember that I was like, yeah, and then I don't ever change my intro because I do the title thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
sometimes.
Not all the time.
Sometimes it just doesn't fit.
Well, like we all have a thing that we bring to the opening of the show, a flavor. You do it because of Max Scoville, correct?
It was Max Scoville when I was really deep in the comic button, and he just was like, I don't have a fucking intro, so I'm just gonna say whatever random shit. It was that recent, and an old podcast that used to happen, it doesn't happen anymore, come on anymore, was Brent Adams from Epic Battle Axe. It was a podcast, and he used to do a really bombastic opening every time. It was the same structure every time, but it was he changed the words every time. So it was always super cool to see this. You're always expecting to hear something new from him, and that was always the one of the best part of the show. Even though the whole show was great, but that was the whole one of the highlights of the show for me. So I always wanted something like that. So that's kind of I almost he would expect something from me every week. So that's kind of why I do it.
Keeps us on our toes.
Yeah, I just I know our listener count has changed a lot in the last 2 years, so I don't know. I thought it'd be useful to bring that up to at some point.
Why'd you name it Irrational Passions, Alex?
Good question. Next question.
Who's this Evan person? We keep bringing it up every.
Yeah, that's like when Evan comes on the first
Have some
time.
bad news.
Yeah, in the new era. Who is Evan? He's one of the co-founders. Why haven't I
Guys,
never
one
heard his
second, I
voice?
got some bad news.
What's going on?
It crashed on me.
Oh, your recording crashed?
Yeah, and it's gone.
Okay, it's gone. You can't be
It's
recovered.
gone.
It's all right.
No.
I'm glad you caught it. Let's count you back in.
I'm real sorry.
It's okay.
Smart boy.
That's
Do
why
we
we have
stop
the
this,
back end.
or do we just like let him?
No, I'm gonna count him back in. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready again, Scott.
I'm ready.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
You
All
want
right,
me
yeah,
to-
we're good.
We're good. Okay. Yeah. At some point, Evan is going to come on the show in the new era, as this era of Rational Passions is called. We're out of the
We're
golden
not
era.
going to call him Evan anymore.
This is the Renaissance period.
We'll give him a new name.
Yeah, his name's now Jorg.
It's Tobias. Yeah, I don't know. People will meet Evan someday. He will text me at the most random times to ask to hang out, and it's not helpful at all. Quinten, where are you from on the internet? What are you up to? What are you making out there?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Couldn't be.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're just hanging out.
No, I have a website up and running called breakingreality.com. It's where like my website. So I have been writing for like 75 days, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
including today.
What'd you write today?
And mainly it's just news. I wrote about how Red Dead the Red Dead mod
Redemption.
to bring in the map into GTA 5 on PC got canned by basically Take-Two. And it's all like this huge thing on the forums, and I talked about it. It's fun. But no, that was interesting because it's like watching them intervene to stop something to happen, especially when Red Dead 2 is coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to watch that happen,
I mean, the
Especially
mod for
after
GTA 5 has been pretty insane lately because like I just saw like that Spider-Man mod. It had like the Green Goblin and Spider-Man in it, and it actually had like the actual physics of Spider-Man in that game. So
Yeah.
Exactly. So
weird.
this is and they already have like Vice City and like Liberty City in GTA 5, and this is like the one thing where it's happened, and you see it get canned after these people have been working on it for 2 years, and they only revealed it earlier in March.
Yeah.
Then they literally just maybe a month and a half after they revealed it, it just gets canned. So like I saw that and I kind of wanted to write about it.
Yeah, it is. It's an issue. I saw that headline right before we
Yeah.
started recording. So, is it break in reality, or are you breaking reality?
breakingreality.com.
But like, is it break in reality, or are you breaking reality?
No. No.
I'm gonna say it again this time, just like a little sexier.
All right, then I'll wait.
damn.
No, I get it. Break in reality. No, I'm there.
Yeah.
And you have a podcast as well.
Yeah, and I have a show with
Uh,
my brother, which is called The Breaking Reality, which is where it all spawned from. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get a website. Screw this. I've been doing this, like, the show for like 32 weeks. I might as well just like do more and expand it.
Mhm.
And so I've been doing that. I have other interviews lined up with people about just like their stories, like the one I did with Alex, which is awesome. And like everyone should go see it if they don't know
Yeah,
the history of Alex O'Neill.
we had a good conversation.
We did. It was way longer than I expected it to.
Yeah, well,
Like,
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
We went into it, and I was like, "So, what's the time for this?" And you said, "Probably about 30 minutes." I'm like, "No, it won't be."
No. I only had 6 questions too. Like that was the weirdest part to me.
Well, we had a conversation. It was good.
We did. It was a great conversation.
I thought so. I mean, I didn't want to.
Insightful.
But if I say it, it sounds braggadocious. But no, thank you for having me on. I'm glad that we could get you on this. You were on our top 10 top 10 game of the year
Yes.
show. So
Yes.
another one strike from the list. Got him. We got more people coming, and it's good to have you on, Quinn. Let's talk about housekeeping.
All right.
If you didn't know, Rational Passions podcast has a home on the internet called IrrationalPassions.com, and some stuff went up on that website this past week. I finally posted my Tales of Berseria review, that hot game that came out in January. So, like I'd written this a while ago. I needed to polish it up, and I never got around to editing it. So I was like, I'm gonna sit down and edit this week, and I did, and I'm actually really happy with how it all turned out. It is is a very, very good game, I think. And that's saying something in a year that is still pretty crowded. And on top of that,
It's only April too. That's the craziest part.
oh yeah, I finished and posted my review of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which I am also pretty proud of. I think it captures what I want to say for the most part about that game while still being relatively succinct. Both these reviews were on the longer side than, I went back and I read my Batman Arkham Knight review just for context. It's like a 750 word review. It's really tight. It's short, but it hits all the points I need it to.
Both that game sucks.
Well, no.
It sucks. Let's be clear on that.
It for sure doesn't suck, but
oh my god, it sucks.
Did you not like it? I
couldn't
tell.
I love the story. Totally atrocious.
I don't
think is like so subpar.
I completely disagree. I would say is where I'm on the other end of
wow.
it. But like I definitely had more issues with that game than I did the other Arkham games. But like I went back and read that review, and I think I hit on what works the best and what works the least in that game in a much shorter review. Whereas like in the Zelda and the Tales of Berseria review, they're like 1,800 to 2,000 words each. Which I haven't done reviews like that in a while, but I don't know.
Long form stuff is better.
Would you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Long form stuff is better.
I like reading long form stuff more personally, but there's definitely a value to like a shorter review, I think.
Yeah.
And I'd gotten in the habit of writing shorter reviews and things like that. Like I'm probably going to review Spectre of Torment at some point soon, and that's probably going to be a pretty short review. So I think you just have to have an approach, a tact with what you're doing. So, but those two reviews I'm pretty happy with. I also finished this past week. I finished writing a case study on Breath of the Wild that I think essentially covers all the things that I don't cover in my review as to the things that I like about that game.
Can we talk about that real quick? We talk about Zelda real quick. So, Zelda, it's great.
Yeah.
I think the Divine Beasts are too easy.
Okay.
And that's basically it. The
Okay.
Divine Beasts are too easy, and like that bothers me, especially coming off playing Link to the Past for the first time. Surprise!
Did you? Oh, okay. That must be a recent one then.
Yeah.
I saw that complaint not from just you, but from other people.
And it irks me too, because I wish like there was more than just the Divine Beasts.
I disagree. And I think the Divine Beasts are actually very excellent. Like I don't think they have to be hard to be good. Is the thing.
Well, because let me interject here. You want the hard part of the game. No Divine Beasts, go straight to Ganon.
Yeah, that should be the hard game. Like, but like there are some people saying like I figured out the whole idea of the beasts in such a short amount of time, and like I think that's good. Like I think that's.
Yeah. It's a really cool idea. Don't get me wrong.
That's what they wanted.
Really dug it.
That's what they wanted you to feel when you beat it, and like I think personally, that the ideas for each piece and I talk about it in the review. Like the concept is movement, right? Through all the dungeons. I think all of that is implemented differently and excellently in all four pieces.
It is. Don't get me wrong. Like the Zora one where it's all like you have to tilt it.
Yeah.
Then the elephant one's all like water. Like they're all smart ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But like to me, I just felt they were quite easy.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they were easy, because the last one I did, I thought like I blew through, but it wasn't any less satisfying because it was easy. It was still quite great, and especially like the sense of scale with them. But you can, I think, again, like I say why I like that game so much in that review. I think I capture the reason why it resonated with me quite a bit. So if you want to check that out, I would very much appreciate it. I'm still exporting Extra Life videos, and I hate it. Just as a general aside update to that, I want to have them done and out by the end of this month, and I'm like, I still got like 2 more full days of rendering and exporting for all that to be done. So Hopefully that'll be over soon, but we'll see. That's it for housekeeping. There is another thing going up on Monday. I don't even want to spoil. I just want people to read this incredible article that Logan Wilkinson wrote, that you will be able to read Monday.
That's the one about Oregon Trail, the game with zombies, right?
No, I don't think he's written anything about zombies. It's about Oregon Trail.
Oh, that's the game you're talking about.
Yeah. It is very, very, very good. It's, as someone who has zero love or nostalgia for Oregon Trail, that is a really fucking good article. Let's talk about video games.
Okay.
Let's get the big one out of the way first, because that's what we've been doing for the past few weeks. Nabashin, you finished Persona 5.
Uh-huh.
I finished Persona 5.
Uh-huh.
It's a good game.
Uh-huh.
I think it's pretty good. How did you feel at the end of it? We don't, without being spoilerific or anything, you know. How'd you feel on the inside with your touchy feelings?
Did you get a rise in your pants?
Yeah. Did you get a rise in your heart?
I had a lot of rises.
Damn, even the ones in your arms?
Yeah.
I rose them up when I said yes a couple of times during certain moments.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no words I can really say about how much I feel about that.
There's some good gifts though. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those gifts. Those gifts. Yeah, I was telling Nato, because we were messaging about this, because I got really into My Hero Academia, and that's an anime that really expresses emotions extremely well.
Okay.
They've been pretty much on me from beginning to end when I start Persona 5, how I pretty much felt about that game. Almost every step of the way is just just my reaction to certain things is just it's been a real a good level of stuff with that game. I don't even really, like I said, I don't even know what to really say. But it means a whole lot. That game means a whole lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not my number one game, it's my second favorite game of all time, type of thing. So that's how much it really means to me.
It's like on the list of games that you like this year. Started with good ones, got to great ones, and then got to some of the best ones. So now you're just done with video games. You're quitting video games forever.
It is weird, having been done with that, because I was I guess I'll do New Game Plus, and it's no, I seriously just need a break from video games for a while, for multiple reasons, but but yeah, I didn't play any video games yesterday. I just needed to take a break. It's been so much good for so long that I just need go do some of my other passions. So I've just been reading more of My Hero kind of I've caught up on the anime, so I'm just been reading the manga now and just catching up on that. And that's pretty much what I've been spending my time with right now. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at as far as level of where I am at life. I said, I don't really even know what to say anymore. I said all the words I could say about that game. It's real good.
Yeah, I so when I finished it at 3:30 in the morning yesterday morning.
Alex, get sleep.
Yeah, I mean I did sleep after that. Don't worry, I slept plenty. But I was so my heart was on fire type thing. I wrote a big thing that ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be, which, fun fact, it ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be is probably a good name for my autobiography. Because
that's what she said.
That's just, well, yes. She said that and I said that, and it's true of everything I do in my life, from podcasts to writing. But yeah, I talked to Nabashin a little bit about it in text form. There's a lot of complicated feelings in playing a sequel to a game that you hold in such high regard. And you made the good comparison option of stuff whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
It's never coming out.
And that's an extreme possibility. But like
It's
that
also real.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is your favorite game, full
Mhm.
stop, and playing the follow up to that game is not. There's like a weird expectation, but like that expectation also presents itself in a very weird way, and I think Kingdom Hearts is actually a really good comparison because like when we play Kingdom Hearts 3, is there going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 Final Mix 2 years later, right? Like
Mhm.
that's like a big part of where I'm at with Persona 5 is like I'm playing it and I'm like, is there going to be a Persona 5 like Crimson, which sounds better than Tomato Red Edition, that comes out in 2 years? Because like I don't think I've never really been on the end of a Persona game where it's like new for the first time, right? I played Persona 3 Fez, which is a re-release of Persona 3, and then I would eventually beat Persona 4 Golden, which is a re-release of Persona 4. So it's reasonable to think that there would be some kind of re-release of Persona 5 at some point.
Probably.
But when you think about that, when you're playing a game for the first time, like I think that has a really negative effect on what you're thinking about that game or how you're interpreting those feelings, because you're looking at, I'm like seeing a thing. I'm like, is this a gap that's going to be filled in later or something like that? So it's complicated, but at the end of the day, like,
Was there gaps for you?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
But like, I
So
think
hold
about,
on. Did you have a few moments where that came across your head? Where that really did come across?
I think I had one toward the end, because like I keep thinking about in Persona 4 Golden they added essentially extra time for you, and I'm gonna dance around it because you're here, Quinn. You're still playing that game. But they had extra time for you to hang out and build like social links up. So versus the original, and it's not like it's a crazy amount of time, but any amount of more time is more time.
Did they do that with all the extra releases?
No, they didn't do that with Persona 3. They added in Persona 3 to Fez. They added essentially one of the characters they made an available social link where she wasn't before. She was just someone you just talked to. You didn't have her own like personalized arc. But they didn't add any extra time in that game. It was the same amount, I believe. They did add like some bonus bosses and stuff like that. But
then probably not.
yeah, it could be, it could not
Maybe,
be.
but like, yeah, that doesn't count. You're
And
right.
like it's hard to know, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, and because it's happened in the past, I'm thinking about like, well, how could they insert this here? Would it feel forced if they inserted it? Would it not? Like, but it's it's impossible for me to know that right now. At the end of the day, like it's a very minor thing, but it does realistically take a little bit away from that experience for me. So like I wrote this thing, it's on my blog. Quinn, are you okay? You dropping
Yeah.
stuff? Or is
No,
that someone else?
It's probably Brian.
that was me.
Okay.
How dare you
What
blame me? I know I
fell?
walked up to get a pillow
It's
for my
perfectly
back,
fine.
but jeez.
I just hear something fall. I'm like, is somebody dead? I assume it's you. I'm sorry.
Thanks. That means so much.
Yeah, so it's impossible for me to know right now, but at the end of the day, at this end of this, like just pouring of emotions that I felt while playing, before playing, and after playing. And I don't know if you ended up reading the whole thing, Nabashin.
I did.
I appreciate that.
Mhm.
It's like too early to tell, right? Like as it should be for any game that is your favorite game at any point, right? Like
Yeah.
when I was playing Persona 4 the first time, right? I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be better than A Link to the Past for me or not. And like it took a lot of trying to play that game and going back to it and playing again, and then seeing through the true ending of Golden, like for me to really believe that.
Wait, there's multiple endings?
Yes, there are. Dora, we're gonna get to this. We got some life lessons for you. It's not that hard.
Good.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's too early to tell, especially like when the pressure is on. And another thing I said, because like I got a tweet when I was talking, like I got to this one thing that happens in Persona 5 that's fucking crazy. It's the thing I texted you about, Namashin. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen for me personally. And I tweeted out like Persona 5 might be the best game ever. And somebody responded and they said, well, I prefer 4, but I see.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm glad that you like it, and then like that like bothered me because stupid shit bothers you all the time. Yeah. But like also, I don't necessarily. At the end of the day, I don't think it has to be a who wore it better situation.
Yeah. Right? They're sequels. Like sequels tend to be better than the original game.
Well, but like that, but like
in
also
certain cases.
But also, we don't have to strictly sit here and say like, well, this did this thing better and this thing did this character better or whatever. Exactly. Like it doesn't have to be that, and I think video games get caught up in that conversation too much. Yeah. But it's especially a video game. But
it's a video game. Really, who really cares?
It's a video game. It's real good. I care. Yeah. Anyway, it's very good, and I love it a lot, and I'm gonna probably play New Game Plus. So you should go check it out if you haven't. Shout out to Miranda, who got the copy that we gave away last week. I don't know what she thinks of it yet, but she tweeted when she got it. So I should mail. The post office was not closed on Monday, which was Easter Monday.
Adulting.
So, yeah, I did. I went to a UPS, so I guess I didn't have to pay for postage. I just paid for the envelope and shipping. So,
at least you did it.
At least I did it. I got it done. As opposed to like our way back in the day contest where it would take me like a month. That's what happens. That's it for Persona 5. I don't know how much there is to say on this show. I feel like we've covered the important stuff. Guns are cool.
Did you still want to do like a post-mortem thing that you said you just wanted just the two of us to do, or something?
Do you want to do that
or something like that? I mean, I don't know. It's up to you.
I'd be down if you were into it.
Yeah.
If you want to give it a couple of days and then maybe sit down and just have a conversation so that people out there who have finished it can also come seek that out before we do the big spoiler cast.
Like me.
Yeah. And that'll be around, so people will be able to listen to that at any point. So let's talk about video games outside of Persona 5. That's all you played right now, Machin.
Yeah, like I checked out the Disney in the afternoon for like 30 minutes. I didn't really put too much time into it. Okay. And then like I was gonna go back to playing Kingdom Hearts. I did like maybe like 10 minutes of that too. That's why I realized like, man, I'm just not in video games right now. Like I beat a really big game. I beat a couple of really big games in the like. I mean, God, how many games did I beat this year so far? I probably beat maybe 6, like extensively open world, like big ass games like this year, and it's just like it's just been a lot. So
I mean, I think about like fucking Tales of Berseria was 74 hours, and then I went right to Zelda. Well, then I went to Neo, which I put 70 hours into, which I didn't finish.
You should finish it.
Which I would like to finish at some point.
And stream it.
Well, it didn't go so well the last time I did that. I was very drunk.
It was good. It was good content.
It was good hashtag content. Then Zelda, which I put 115 hours into, and then this, which I put 102 hours into. So yeah, dude, I get you. I'm right there with you, man. Like, because you did Horizon and Nier.
I barely did Horizon. I did like maybe like 15 hours of Horizon, but like I did Nier, which is like 50 hours, because it did side quest. I got the platinum for that. I did Gravity Rush, which was like maybe 20, 30 hours. Yakuza was like 30 hours.
That's right, that came out this year too.
Yep.
Oh shit, Yakuza isn't Yakuza like crazy long?
Yeah, like I said, like that was about 30 hours, but like
I thought it was like 80 hours.
Well, that's if you had the side quest into it. I mostly mainlined that one because I was juggling like 2 other games at the same time. So I really wanted to like enjoy Yakuza for what it was.
Did you? You didn't finish Resident Evil 7, right?
No, I didn't. That was
God, they came out this year too.
Yeah, dog.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was because like it was about playing with my friends, and like then like they went to a convention and they were gone for like a week, so like I had to take care of the house, and a whole bunch of other games came out, and like we just haven't got our schedules together to go back to that again. But like
I'd
hopefully
like you
we'll
to
do
see
that
the
again.
end of that at some
Yeah,
point.
I totally would. I just got to get in touch with um but yeah, like it makes me wonder, maybe like in a stupid self-conscious way, is like because like obviously 2017 is like me and you is just like they're sucking our dicks, like
Banger
everything's
after
like,
banger.
everything's been great.
Like
But I'm
this.
like I'm just curious as like are we in our somewhat little bubble type of thing because like we're really into Japanese games, and like that's been hitting for us like constantly. But like if someone who's not really into Japanese games, is like has this been a good year for other people?
Like, I mean, I think Zelda is universal, and I think Horizon is
Yeah.
pretty universal as well.
Then you have
Um,
Prey too, which is like
And
my thing.
yeah, like Prey's coming out and Destiny's coming out.
Oh,
so,
I
like,
can't wait for Prey.
yeah, Prey looks great. So I don't know. I think
It looks like Bioshock in space. It's beautiful.
I think by the time maybe right now specifically, I think they're like Zelda and Horizon are plenty for the first quarter, just alone in general by themselves, full stop. But yeah, I think the Japanese games.
It's a huge year for that market too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Even though they're coming to the U.S., even though they've already been out in Japan for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like stuff like Resident Evil was worldwide release and Neo. So I don't know. Like I think there's room for some of those games to flourish for new players over here as well. So
For sure,
they're good stuff. So
yeah, like when I eventually do get back into play video games, I'm kind of on a break right now. I think I'm gonna buy Night into Woods because I heard good things
Yeah.
about that, and like I was listening to I think it was either Frame Trap or Easy Alley podcast that like Michael Huber, who was like my I guess my person who I went to as far as like opinions of like because he was on the same level as me as far as like Life is Strange, like you and me obviously, but like as far as like reviewers, like Michael Huber was on the same level with me as far as Life is Strange, and he was comparing Night in the Woods to that game. So I was like, oh, so that's like an instant buy for me. So I need to do that eventually. And I heard obviously good things in January about that game, so I probably should check that.
yeah,
out.
I want to play that as well. George reviewed it for the site, and he really liked it. You know, I want to see like the writing of that. Apparently is really good. I played more Flint Hook. Just to knock out my games. That's the only other thing I played. I did a stream of it on Tuesday. Game came out on Tuesday.
Game looks really good.
It is really fun. I beat the first boss, first major boss, I guess, on Tuesday. I think you would really dig it, Scott. It is on Steam. Actually, have a Steam code if you want to give it a shot. Also,
Yeah. I can do that.
but yeah, it's so like it kind of reminds me a little bit more of the Binding of Isaac, which I didn't make that comparison when I talked about it last week, but you know the
More
idea
than
is
Rogue Legacy.
it's a little bit of both, right? It's somewhere in the middle
Okay.
between those two, right? The metagame is a lot like
That's
Rogue Legacy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Gameplay's a lot like Binding.
and like the format of the gameplay is a lot like Binding of Isaac, right? So like you go through a map, right, and then you fight a boss at the end of that stage, kind of like Binding of Isaac. And it's like generated, right? They're based on tile sets, but it's for the most part generated. You find keys to open up locked doors. That reminded me of Isaac. I don't know if there are hidden rooms. There probably are because it's a roguelike. So we'll see. But yeah, so I talked a little bit last week about just the kind of meta and how all that works. It's cool. I got to essentially their bounties, and bounties make up like their 5 bounties, and they make up the 5 levels. So in each of them, you have to complete a certain number of random levels in order to get to the boss to finish the bounty. So the first one is 3 levels, and then you fight the boss. The second one is 4 levels, and then you fight the boss. And obviously, they are harder, and the boss is harder at the end. So,
Obviously, it's a boss. It's in its name.
no, I mean, sometimes when a boss and a female boss. No, it's
Teased.
they make bees. You actually do fight a lot of these weird hornets in that game, and they suck. It's very good though. It feels very, very good. And some of the power ups that I started seeing, especially when I did that stream, which I think should be archived by now on YouTube if you missed it, are very, very cool. So they change things a lot. Like for example, like being able to, use your hook at normal speed when you use your slowdown time of power. So, yeah, I'm really into it. I think you would dig it, Scott, and I think Tony would probably dig it as well. It's got enough of the things of games that the three of us like. So, but I'll send that code your way, and then maybe you can give it a shot. That's all I've been playing though. Quinten, I do wanna talk about these games you've been playing. One in particular.
So Cosmic Star Heroine, right?
Yeah, Cosmic Star Heroine.
Oh, Cosmic Star Heroine, so good.
What is Cosmic Star Heroine?
Google it.
Yeah, okay. Let me invite you on this podcast. You've been playing this game. I don't know. Fuck you. Google it. What is this game?
No, it's like this is Cosmic Star Heroine's like it's an homage to games like Suikoden 2, like 90s JRPGs basically.
Okay. Is it?
It's
good?
This game's been in development for like forever too. Yes. Oh my god, so good.
What is like
If you get
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find like some kind of Wikipedia page to ground me in this game. What's it like? What's the format of the game? Is it like a turn-based RPG or like active time battle? So is it? Because
I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking of Suikoden. I've never played Suikoden, but I'm familiar with it. Obviously,
Suikoden's pretty fun.
Yeah, a lot of people like those games.
I played like maybe 15, 20 hours of it.
Okay.
That's too much of the same for me, and I just stopped playing it. But no,
Right.
Cosmic Star
Fair
Heroine,
enough.
it's wonderful. It's awesome. It's great.
Would you say
The
it's
combat's
fun? It's good, and and it's very stellar.
yeah.
Um,
Base reference. I like that, Alex. I like
there you
that.
go. I know. I'm bringing in the deep cuts.
No. It's weird because like the more I'm playing it, the more like this game, the characters are awesome. You know, it's the same reason I'm playing Persona 4. I'm not playing Persona 4 for the story. I'm playing it for the characters because that makes that game to me. You know, that's why that game's so special right now. But no, Cosmic Star Heroine. The more and more I play it, so in combat you have this thing called style.
Okay.
So the main character, the first two attacks, like you just have one attack, then the next attack is a style bonus. It'll do more damage. Like it just goes like this and like that, and that's how it's done. But for other characters like Clark, spoilers, it's like his style is all random. So it'll be like the first attack, his like fifth attack, his third, you know, like 1 through 5. All the others, it's all like 1 through 4, 1 through 3, 1 through 3, then 1 through 5, or vice versa, stuff like that. And
How
it's
do you
all
get
just,
your
like,
style up for an attack?
just using a normal attack? But if you use an item or your whatever's attached to your shield, then you won't get style
Okay.
unless the item or shield gives you style.
Huh. It sounds cool.
That's the weird part of it. Yeah, and well, possibly my favorite part about the game is that when you're done with a battle, everyone is full health.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Oh,
have
so
to, like,
each
use
battle
items or
starts
anything.
fresh.
Yeah, and it's really nice, you know, because like it's not like when I'm playing Persona 4, then I keep battling people. I'm like, oh crap, I'm
Put on easy
low on
mode.
health.
Yeah,
People-
it's time to go down to easy mode, buddy.
No, it's easy now, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean like that. I'm trying to think. There was a game recently, Tales of Berseria, I believe. No, was it that one? There was something where like that. I was surprised that you get full health every time you start a new fight. Maybe it was Tales of Berseria, but yeah, I like that format too. That like for example in Final Fantasy 13, a game that everyone but me hates. I think that helped that game a lot. It made combat
Never
more
played
intense.
it, so I can't.
It helps a
No,
lot
really not.
for the most part in Final Fantasy 15 as well.
Yeah,
It's a newer thing, you know.
yeah, it's
And-
cool.
I'm also playing on the second hardest difficulty too, just so because I know.
Oh, humble
it's-
brag over here. I get it. I got
Oh.
you.
Because I want some challenge. If everyone's getting full health, I just want some form of challenge. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it's like me rolling through everyone. You know.
Yeah, it's like I was looking at it, a little bit on the Steam page. It does look cool. What's the story of the game?
So, it's a weird story actually. So, game
It's a
starts
Japanese
out.
game or Japanese
No, it's
style
actually
game. So.
it's American American-made Japanese style game.
Mhm.
But no, you play Alyssa LaSalle, and she's American, I think, but the planet's called like Arm, or something, like Ramu. It's weird.
Okay.
It's not like Earth or like anything in our galaxy. But no, you play as her. You get a thing from your buddy Dave, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna be like the guy telling you what to do in this mission. So then you do all of it. You go up the skyscraper. You battle the first boss. Isn't hard. Then you go through him. Then you like things start unwinding. Huh? The characters are like, these don't make any sense. Why are we taking these things that we should be researching instead of the commander's basically just using them, you know? Then you realize, oh wait, the commander's the bad guy. So then you have to battle his dragon thing on a bridge. Then you go through the planet. Then you bite a. This
reminds me a lot of like specific moments in 90s JRPGs too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's all about fighting the power. You know, you're working for a corporation that you think is good, but then you find out it's evil. So then you're like, fight the power. Shout at the Public Enemy, by the way.
Cool. That sounds cool.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's only $15 too. So like, give it a try.
Is it on
if you like 90s RPGs? PlayStation, yes, it is.
It's on PlayStation, Xbox, I presume.
No.
Okay, I saw it on Steam, obviously. So I guess is it on Vita?
I wish.
Okay, yeah. Looking at it, it looks like it'd be good for Vita.
Oh my god, it'd be a straight Vita game.
Tell me about Persona. I convinced you to play this little game called Persona 4. I take full credit.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it is your fault. As I
It's
wrote
my
on
fault.
I wrote a piece, Persona 4 Golden 25 Hours, and like the first paragraph, I mentioned how you told me to retry the game. And I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it.
So where are you at?
I'm like 28 hours in. I'm on past the castle.
That's the first one. I hope you're past that one.
Oh yeah, past the spa, past Kanji's thing.
That's the spa.
Past Rize's.
The nightclub, yeah.
Castle, spa,
Nightclub.
strip club.
Then there's Did you get to the one after that?
Yeah, I am actually. It's the video game one.
Yes. Okay.
It's weird. That one's weird.
It is weird.
It's the first one. It's the first dungeon I'm actually having trouble with too.
I think that's like where the difficulty spikes in that game.
Yeah, because I was texting you about it too.
Yeah, you were having trouble on the Risei, and then the fight that happens right after that.
I'm such an idiot.
And then I told you exactly what to do, and you're like, "Oh, did you know that if you do this, you don't die immediately?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I told you to do 25 minutes ago." Did you know that you can guard?
Yeah, seriously. But no, Persona 4 it's fantastic.
I'm glad you're liking it, man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I got bored.
That's fine.
Thanks, God. You're so good. You're so good.
We don't deserve Scott, but here we are. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just in love with the characters. I'm in love with Yukiko, Chie, and Kanji.
Okay.
Like, those are my three characters that I always use in battle. I don't like Yosuke that much. He's whatever. He's like flippy floppy.
Okay.
Risei is like too horny.
Okay.
Which is weird. Oh my god, she is, dude, and you know it. She's way too horny.
I think you should play that game. You should continue to play that game.
I am. But
He is.
my beat is dead. So
because
I was gonna play before the show. But
a lot of people come to me and they think, oh, this guy likes this thing, so I should really make fun of it in front of him or insult it or take it down. But
I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm just asking why.
I think there's like an evolution for all the major characters, right? Even like the ones you still haven't seen yet.
Okay.
So like everyone changes.
I'm on the basketball team.
You're hanging out with Ko. Then Ko's cool.
He loves balls.
He loves them balls. But like all the characters change a lot. Not just like in their super links.
Because like Nanato or Naoto or however you say her name, Naruto.
Nanako.
Tojima's kid. Nanako. There you go.
We got there.
But, like I've even seeing it with Dojima, like, and having like Nanako call you like big bro, and having Dojima like actually open up instead of just like asking you, like interrogating. I'm starting to see that, and it's really cool for that evolution.
That stuff happens in their social link arcs, but for the main characters, it also happens over the course of the game as well. So I encourage you to spend time with as many people as possible. And
like Marie.
Like Marie.
Weird haikus.
Yes.
And her poems.
Finish Marie's social link. That's my only request. Finish Marie's social link before December, and you'll be fine.
December.
You will be
Don't
fine.
go home.
Don't go home on the last day.
These are like strange and cryptic messages. Like me walking into the bathroom, there's blood on the walls. I'm like, oh!
It says, "Don't go home on the last day."
Okay.
Here are two things. Here are two things you need to know before you finish Persona 4. Don't go home on the last day.
Okay, I'm probably gonna forget this, by the way.
That's fine. You can text me again.
Okay,
don't go home on the last
probably
day. Finish Marie's social link before December. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Okay.
And if
Can
you
you go other places besides home?
yes.
You can go to the high school. The beach.
You can go. You could go. Yeah, go hang out with your friends at the mall.
You can go to June's.
But it's the second you go home. That's it. That's it. It's over.
Yes.
It's like this. It's over.
You can't go back out after you go
Well,
home.
yeah, you could save it and like reload your save.
No, but I mean, like once you
That's
go
a-
home, like generally you are able to go back out.
Well, it depends on the day. Sometimes there are like story days where.
Because if Dojima's there, you can't.
Going
It's
home
not.
ends the day for pretty much the entire. Anytime you play that game and you decide to go home, that usually ends that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Uh,
the
in-
evening's
in-
over, then it's nighttime.
And transitions it to night. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, that's true.
there you go. That's all you need to know. Write that down in blood on your bathroom mirror.
All right, then. Let me
don't
grab my
really-
knife.
Don't really do that. But yeah, that's all you need to know. Yeah, I like so you're kind of party member because like one thing that so they did this in Persona 3 and Persona 4. They don't do it in Persona 5, at least not in the same way. Is like you have like a social link that represents your party, right? And like as your party grows or as you discover something new.
Oh yeah, the investigation.
Yeah, the investigation team is the Fool, so it's like the first social link that you build, and that stuff grows as you play the game. So like that is like a representative of a collective growth of all the characters together, and I think that's really cool.
There's an ice cream truck outside my house.
It is
tempted to
it
go
is
out and
9:18
go
in
get
the
ice cream.
evening.
It is 6:19
Whatever. You in the West Coast,
on the real coast.
on the real coast.
On the real coast.
So I don't know. Not on the Beast Coast. Yeah,
It's called
people
the
will
West Coast
change
for a reason.
if you think Rise is super horny, which is a tactless way to say it.
She is. She's. But then again, like Kanji's all like he always calls you senpai. But like, I don't know. Troy Baker as Kanji is.
It's
so
perfect.
good.
Yeah,
It's such a
we
good-
know.
It's such a good character.
This is a side question. Do you watch anime? I'm just curious, like if the senpai
No.
and the sense and the san stuff is like throwing you off.
No,
a little
but
bit.
like Reese is all like she's like trying to be all over you. That's what like the thing that's bothering me.
Yeah, but like, do you
No, no,
watch
no,
anime?
No, I don't. Not like that.
I was just like, just speaking from someone else because I'm so into it, like it's like second nature to me. But like, I never really talked to someone who's like an outsider of that. Just like how
No, like,
how this seems. Does it seem weird with these sans and these kuns and these senpais
like
and stuff
no,
like that?
like that doesn't bother me. But like, it's Reese just like trying to
Just come
be
on,
all
dig
over
the knife
you.
deeper in the wound. Why don't you? So like the weird kind of like class-esque formal introductions to
Honorifics.
people. Yeah, honorific stuff. They don't throw you off at all.
No,
Okay. Were you
So, like-
familiar with that kind of stuff before you played Persona 4?
no, not really.
Okay.
But
do you know what a
it's like the
senpai
ones-
is and like
you're my senpai,
well, yes,
Alex.
correct.
But
But like it's like an upperclassman, right? So if someone was
I don't-
older than you, you would refer to them as a senpai. So kanji is year
oh,
one in
that
high
makes
school,
sense, actually.
and you are year 2 in high school, and that's why he refers to you as senpai, because you are his upperclassman. That's why Rise refers to you as senpai. because you were her
Alright, then.
upperclassman as well. Now she says it with a very
like-
lovey-dovey way.
Yeah,
that
she does, and it's
I'm a
weird.
fan of.
Of course you are.
but-
She has the win.
There you go. There you go, Nabashin.
Yeah, this is proving your point. I know. I know. Jesus.
But
Does that make you feel better? You feel justified because of your point?
but so like that there's a little context for that as well. Like, you know, when you refer to someone as Chan, that's like doting, right? I'm asking you, Nabashin. So like Nanako-chan is
My
like
knowledge on all that.
younger than you, so you dote on her by calling her Chan.
Yeah, or like you're just like it's like a cutesy way of saying somebody.
And the same for Kun, right? Like if that's like
Kun is more of like a friend. That's like we're close
Word
friends.
to describe a dog.
or a dog. But like Yosuke Kun would be like you referring to him on a peer level.
Yeah.
So,
Quick question: did you guys roll your party based on who you liked?
Nabashin did, I didn't.
Okay.
So I would always use the group of 3 with the lowest level.
See, like, I want to do that, but I like Kanji, Yukiko, and Chie so much, and I like having
That's
their
fine.
moveset so much. You know?
Yeah, dude. Play like I like all of the party members, so I was okay using. I wanted to use all of them. The thing is, like, so in Persona 3, the max amount of party members you have at one point is 9, in
That's a
addition
lot.
to your character, so 10 characters total. It's
a
way
lot,
too
dude.
much. So you have 3 completely different groups that you can take with you at any given time, and to be like, for the most part, you have 8 characters with you in that throughout that game because things happen.
Yeah.
But
So someone dies.
well, things happen. You know, people come and go. Not necessarily mean they die.
No.
Jesus, Mr. Cryptic over here.
You said there's 8 by like the end of the game, so obviously
I
someone
said
died.
for like the most part in that game,
Gotcha.
you have eight characters. So like I am used to switching it up more. Also, like I switch it up constantly in Persona 5 because you can switch your party members at any time. So,
And on a Scott note, no
Yeah.
wonder you're having trouble.
what is that? Not a good group configuration for you, Scott?
Not for where he's at. No.
I love that character.
I would say like if you're open to it, like try and because now you've got a second healer.
Yeah, I got Teddy.
Yeah, so I would try switching it up and trying different dynamics just to see if like you're having trouble specifically. Like try a different group of people.
Not really. I'm rolling.
Right.
I don't know which persona I'm rolling, but I think it's a strength persona.
Okay, I mean like you know if
Either strength or justice.
that's only if like if you're running into a difficulty wall.
Yeah.
But
I change my persona if it makes it better for my team. That's
Okay.
how I play it.
that's good. That's probably like if you're trying to like balance out your teams.
Yeah.
I will use fusion just to make a very powerful persona, and I'll typically roll with 4 powerful personas and switch them up as needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's a good game.
It's
It's a very good game, I think.
And I thank you, Alex, for turning me onto that game.
Yeah, because I wasn't. We had talked about it, and you had asked me a lot of specific questions because you had tried it and it didn't really
No.
hit with you. So I'm glad that going back to it, especially like you've now gone back to it as an older person, then it's hitting with you more. I think that's
Played it like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I get it. But as we said in our text, it just clicks for me now. And like,
Yeah.
it has like, you know, I have this click that I sang with, and it's probably gonna be rolling with for the rest of my life. You know.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me because that's how the game is.
Mhm.
But at the same time, you know.
It'll hit you at different points in your life, and I think that's
Yeah.
part of what makes Persona really special. Anything else you've been playing?
Nothing, because my PS4 booted into safe mode and wiped all my data.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be able to finish Horizon because I'm like 40 hours in, and that's now going back.
Yeah.
I'm not finishing Watch Dogs, so
Did you have any of your saves backed up?
nope.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That
Yup.
breaks my heart.
Do you not have Plus or?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm running the year one PS4 and it just crapped out on me. I'm still using it, but
Is
right,
it so? Is it like working now that you've wiped it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, it wiped itself. I didn't wipe
Yeah.
it.
Well, after it voluntarily wiped it for you.
Yeah. I got home from work one day, wanted to play a game, turned it on, and it was just in safe mode. I'm like,
Ugh.
oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
man. Jeez.
It's all good.
I think I filled up my cloud storage again too, so I have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well,
But it saved all my games. It
On
just
the bright
wiped all my
side.
save data.
yeah.
Which
Most
is
of your
irritating, 'cause
stuff.
I had like over 100 hours in Borderlands.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Now
Just
it's
gone.
time to invest in PlayStation Plus. Get that cloud saves.
Or just have a SD thing.
Yeah, just have a backup flash drive plugged into it
That's
for
work.
saves.
I just having it work.
I mean, I agree. It should just work, but
Yeah, and like when it craps out on me, I'm angry. Even though it makes very angry sounds when I'm sleeping.
yeah.
Trying to eject discs that aren't in there.
Danny Juarez, his PlayStation 4 was like about to explode. Apparently, it sounded like a wind turbine when it was going off when he sold it and bought a Switch. So, Scott,
Yes, sir.
video games.
Since
What's
you
up?
didn't right in the dock.
I'd say the biggest. I'd say the only noteworthy thing is my Breath of the Wild progress.
Okay. Any Dishonored progress worth mentioning?
No,
Okay.
1 or 2.
2.
2.
Okay. 2 is fantastic.
1 and a half. 2 is fantastic.
Oh yeah, and I can't finish Dishonored 2 because that's gone forever.
Oh no! Well, you can always start as the other character.
No, I'm not gonna play as Corvo.
Corvo's
And
fun to
also,
play as.
Koro's the better character.
Whoa! All right, come on. We don't have
Hey,
to. Make this a fight.
hey.
Hey, I
Fuck
played so much Dishonored 1, so I know Corvo.
I like Corvo too.
you.
I'm just saying, it doesn't
I
have to be
think
funny.
I like her abilities more.
Emily's
I
ability.
like her movement ability more. Rather,
Okay. Her little grabby and pull
Yeah.
herself too. Okay.
I think it's cool because it allows you to be seen rather than Corvo's where I'm all like I'm going invisible and just teleporting.
I like Blink more probably at the end of the day, but go ahead, Scott. What's going on? Where are you at in the Breath of the Wilds?
So I started. I'm continuing my trip around the world.
Okay.
Salty Dragons.
Sorry, I had to. I couldn't control myself. Go ahead.
Can we sing the Red Hot Chili Pepper song?
No, we hit our quota.
Oh, shame.
I know.
Damn it, Alex. I hate. Why?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm also really not sorry. Continue, Scott.
Yeah, I had to stop you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use.
So yeah, Salty Dragons.
Okay.
Shot one of them.
Okay.
The scale fell off.
Okay.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the reason I'm on this world trip in the first place
Mm-hmm.
is not just to get that map filled out. It's
Okay.
because I went ahead and I found the White Horse quest.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I was like, all right, horse is on some hill at some point in the day, just like that Dragon Quest.
You're not wrong.
So I gotta go find out where that hill is.
Yeah. Did you find it?
I found it, but it took me a lot longer to find it than it should have.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't take the wrong way out there. It's I went to the hill first, and then I got the point. I'm like, all right, do I see it? I took a glance over, and I didn't immediately see it. I was like, all right, on to the next one. But it was still that first map that popped up, and that I would find later.
Yeah. Okay.
So from there, I went to Canada,
Yep. The Great White North. Did you go to the snowy
You go to
part?
Toronto
the snowy part.
or Vancouver?
Okay.
Like
That's why I call it Canada.
It would be Vancouver then. It's
Oh,
northwest.
Also,
Sure.
Edmonton's
I
snowy.
went to
but
Canada, like, it's cold here.
Calgary's snowy too.
Why would you be here?
Yeah.
And I left.
Know your geography, Alex.
Listen, whatever. I'm not some kind of geologist, which is a
Wrong, completely.
rock scientist. Okay. So you didn't have. I imagine you don't have a lot of cold resistant stuff, Scott.
Yeah, no. I had the food and torch.
Okay. Was that getting the job done at the very least, or are you just kind of? Do you have the warm doublet?
I had the warm doublet, and then the having a torch out or having the food, which
Yeah.
I just had a bunch in my inventory because I expected that. Hey, I'm going to probably need to traverse some cold terrain at some point in the game.
You were not wrong.
I don't want to find that terrain and then go somewhere else to cook and then take another 10 to 15 minute trip back.
Also valid. So you overstocked and made a whole bunch of hot food.
Yeah, I did that a while. I overstocked on a bunch of things a while ago, and the cold food's pretty much the only stuff left.
Good. Okay.
So yeah, I did that, and then I started going east, and I found the Shrine Covered in Darkness.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That was fun until you got to the boss.
I like the boss.
Well, you see, I didn't have fun with the boss because I stood up on a ledge because I wanted to be able to see him.
Yeah.
And then I just kept throwing bombs at him, and he didn't move. And I was like, I could stop, and I could have fun with this guy.
Yeah.
But something tells me if I die here, I have to light everything again. And I have to start the fight over.
Yeah, you would have to start the fight over.
It's not just starting the fight over. It was starting the entire instance over.
Yeah,
and lighting everything because I went in. I lit some things up. Then I had a question about going out.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know if it was just persistent in the world, or if it was like an instance, and it was an instance, and then the lights went out.
Yeah, there are a few of those. They're very specific, like when you get to them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find a ledge to throw bombs at that guy, so I ended up having to just fucking fight him. But you got the job done. You solved the problem.
Yeah, so I threw bombs, and every bomb staggered him.
Nice.
So like I didn't see the point in not doing that anymore.
Yeah, that's smart. What else? Anything else? Any other discoveries?
Yes. Right after that, because I got there before I revealed the map for the area.
Yeah.
I went around it, and I saw the Lost Woods.
Yeah.
So I flew into it thinking like, hey, this is some weird fog. I flew into it, and it teleported me back.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's in there. Master Sword's in there.
Did you see? There's a video of someone. This is a video of someone cutting a tree down and then like stasis flying into the Lost Woods and forcing their way into it, and it's really good.
I didn't see that.
It's worth looking up.
Yeah.
Because they just cut essentially right to the middle. It's awesome. Did you get through the Lost Woods?
Yeah, I got through the Lost Woods. That part wasn't hard.
No. This is cool though.
It's tedious, to say the least.
I didn't think so. I got through there on my second try, so.
It took me forever.
Okay. I mean, maybe I'm just better at video games than you, Quinn. Like,
no, you're not.
Yeah, I would agree.
So there you go.
Probably.
I'm just teasing.
So I got through there, and I was like, I was right. Master Sword's here. Then I'm like, oh. Then I tried to pull it out, and they're like, oh, my heart's going down.
Yep.
This is why you wanted me to have hearts. But that's okay. I'm going to cheese it.
Okay.
Because at this point, I have 6.
Okay.
Now all I need is temporary hearts.
They don't work. They don't work.
Temporary hearts don't work on the Master Sword, so.
Oh.
It's your real hearts.
Yeah, you have to have real hearts, Scott. You can always
Like the ones in
respec.
your chest.
Yeah, I also have like 5,000, so I can respect it.
That's what. See, like I didn't know that's what people would do, because when I got the Master Sword, I had full stamina and I got enough hearts to get it. So yeah, like when Tony said I beeline for hearts, got the Master Sword, then respec everything back in the stamina and had 3 hearts and used temporary hearts. I'm like, what? Seems like way too
That's
much
a weird
work.
build. Why do you need that much stamina?
Well, I mean, I like having the max stamina.
When you're running around, having less than 2 bars
True.
makes it expensive in food.
Well, I mean,
It makes it take a lot longer.
I don't think it takes a lot longer, but that's just
You have to go around everything.
I climbed up everything. That was fine.
Get the climbing boots.
And get those boots. Get your bandana on. Go crazy.
I haven't gotten that yet.
Did you find anything else, Scott? You want to talk about?
Not too much. Some shrines, couple staples.
Okay.
About it.
Yeah, man. Anything else you've been playing? Or is that it?
That's all I got around to.
Okay. I think that's it for video games. I'm trying to think. I don't think I played anything else this week. No, I think that's it. I think we're good. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got some news to talk about. And then maybe... which is everyone's favorite segment, obviously. Then maybe we will see what's going on in the question bucket. So we will be back in just a little bit.
Right. Choo.
I was trying to figure out the word. It was mail sack, and I couldn't get there. So
Maybe ball sack?
I picked the mail sack. MAIL sack. If you want to go get some water, Quinn, or use the bathroom, now's the time to do it. We probably want to take another break, so just keep recording. Don't touch the recording.
All right, back.
I'll
Have
be
fun
right back.
without me.
I will get water without you.
That's right. He doesn't need you to get water. I'm going to.
I'm back. What'd I miss?
Oof. I went up into the kitchen, and Sandra had like laid out a plate of pierogies with like oil on them. She was like getting ready to boil some water and like cook them like dumplings. I didn't know what was going on, and then I was like, "What's up, Sandra?" And she's like, "Ethan woke up last night and just puked all over me." And she's like, "It's true love. That's how you know it's true love. He pukes directly into someone's lap, and
That's absolutely disgusting.
you'll clean it up and take care of them the next day." Oh yeah, that's awful.
My swamp ass is really bad right now.
Let me write that down in titles.
I would not be surprised if that would be the title of this.
Oh, that has to be now.
God. Oh man.
There it is.
Thank you. I'm gonna highlight it.
Oh, we'll get there. You don't have to highlight it. We'll loop around back to this.
All right then.
Let me get. Scott, you here?
No reply.
No reply. Nabashin, you here?
I'm here.
Hi, Nabashin.
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks for following me on Twitter. That's weird.
Is that weird?
Yeah, because it's weird to me that people are like actually following me that I don't follow back.
I mean, you're right. You should follow Nabashin because he's got some fucking 10 out of 10 gifts.
Yeah. Are they anime gifts?
They are anime gifts.
Gotcha. Got to follow.
Oh, this is so cute.
What?
Somebody drew a picture of some Persona characters. For Cutie Saturday. What are you eating now, Mission?
Sounds like
chips.
chips.
I'm starving.
I know, I'm sure I'm killing you. I ate a whole half pizza before this, remember, so I'm good. Scott! Still nothing.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Maybe to get like a quick wank off. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Maybe he had to use the bathroom. Talking to his
He might be
brother.
pooping.
He could be. Yeah, I'll pry. I don't dig too deep into the pooping specific
The
needs.
You should have pooping chats.
Probably not. These beautiful boys. We on hour 5, hour 2. I appreciate that, Mario, though. Dude, take care of that swamp ass immediately. Trust me, you don't want to walk around feeling like a balloon knot. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That's true though. I've had really bad swampiness.
I used to get such bad. I mean, I would never use the word swamp ass.
Really? I was raised with that term.
All right. Well, this explains a lot.
Does it really?
No, but I had I still to this day occasionally have some situations with chafing.
Oh, I have this for a reason.
But it's not a swamp down there. I would never use the word swamp.
Oh no, it gets all like humid. Like the rest of my body's.
It's
fine.
not a climate in my taint, dog. Like it's there isn't some fucking biosphere around my grundle like living a life.
There is.
No.
Like it's your back to like your bum.
It's like there's no swamp going on though. It's
You haven't fully experienced it then.
I haven't. I'm just saying. I mean, like when I go visit my mom in Florida, it's the humidity.
Oh, that'll kick in like immediately.
It's bad, but I would never describe it as a swamp. I want to make that clear.
What word would you use to describe it then, Alex?
Moist. damp. A disaster, but not necessarily.
Disaster means like you pooped your pants.
That's an ass disaster. It's a different thing altogether.
Are you back?
I ain't back.
Scott, welcome back. Ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. News in gaming. Let's talk about some news. Call of Duty World War II.
I like that.
Full stop. There was rumors of this near the end of March. Some art had leaked at some point through a retailer, I believe, as I think is always the case. Let me see specifically.
It was. I think it was promotional materials given to someone. Then your
YouTube channel, the Family Video Gamers, revealed supposedly leaked marketing material. Yeah. That's shows some World War themed box art. That's what it was. So I guess was this yesterday? It had to have been yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the 21st.
Because I wrote about it yesterday.
So Activision came out. Hey, Call of Duty World War II is what it's called. It's being made by Sledgehammer Games, this is their second Call of Duty game, which is pretty exciting. A lot of people very much liked Advanced Warfare,
including myself.
I did not play it. That was one I wanted to play. I also wanted to play Black Ops 3, but
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Full reveal live stream is scheduled for Wednesday, April 26th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern.
I feel that's kind of weird for that company because Sledgehammer, I mean, because like they just did Advanced Warfare, and like they had to have this idea to do World War II like before Battlefield 1, obviously, because game development takes that much more time to make something like that. You can't just like switch on the fly. So like to go something that's so futuristic to so not that. That's like that's just like a weird shit. But like, I mean, I have faith in them though. Make an excellent stellar game out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is like Sledgehammer's still kind of a wild card, right? Like because they've only made one other Call of Duty game. That
helped make Modern Warfare 3 too.
Yeah, I mean, like all of the teams help with the other iterations, but like they're them being the creative lead on this. You gotta wonder if at some point, because they've been making Call of Duty games for like 12 years straight now. It feels like it at the very least. You gotta wonder if maybe they had some guidance from Activision that saw or predicted that the climate in 2017 would be leaning more in this direction, or not. Like the making of a Call of Duty game is probably very complicated.
And
more
they have
complicated
each
than we
team
give it
has
credit
to be
for.
to make it too. That's the thing about it.
So
that's why each one has been more refined recently.
Yeah, but you think like them, they started making this game probably in 2015 or the end of 2014, at least in pre-production. So I don't know. They've had plenty of time to refine it, and I'm very curious to what this game looks like. Is the big thing. Like, what does a World War II game look like now?
Battlefield.
There was a quote from Eurogamer too that I really took interest in because Michael Condrey, co-founder of Sledgehammer, described it as like wanting to bring Band of Brothers into like an HD game, and I really like that.
Yeah,
Call of Duty 2.
Call of Duty 2. Let's bring it back.
And I think it's cool that he says Band of Brothers specifically.
Yeah,
that's the part that stuck out to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
a cool comparison.
I thought that's literally what Call of Duty was.
I think to some extent, yeah. But like to go like, and they've said like quote unquote going back to their roots.
Yeah,
is a quote in the GameSpot article in front of me right now. It's like, so I think bringing it back to where it came from could be cool.
Yeah, and I'm excited about it.
The thing I'm the most curious about is how, because I think the modern philosophy of a Call of Duty game, how that reflects back onto vintage philosophy of a Call of Duty game will be very interesting. Like perks and multiplayer and there's like loot in multiplayer now too. So like how all of this reflects back into the mechanics of this new World War II game will be cool. But the reveal will quote unquote give more details and intel on the studio's vision for the game next Wednesday. So the day after this episode goes out. So check it out. I will tune in. I'm always curious to see more of a Call of Duty game, even if I've fallen off of them pretty much completely at this point. But
I hope it's historically accurate, unlike Battlefield 1.
I'm sure it won't be. So
please,
GG, it won't
please.
be. It's a Call of Duty game after all. So this is a weird story.
Which one?
And I don't know. A lot of people are really upset about this. And it boggles me. I don't know. Maybe I missed the train on it. So Nintendo is discontinuing the NES Classic. Or NES Classic Edition, as it is officially called. Worldwide. So it was announced it was discontinuing in North America and then also in Europe. And then also in Japan. So
which sucks.
But like I saw a lot of tweets, and I don't want to put anyone on blast, and I saw a lot of not just tweets, but like people writing about this and thoughts of like, this is someone said about this. This is why I don't like Nintendo. And it just like seemed like it seemed like you're jumping the cliff like a lot. I just like the NES Classic is a cool idea. It's a cool thing. Obviously, it was probably hard to license these games for this little emulator collection.
Absolutely.
Especially in 30 games, most of which are not made by Nintendo. And it was as a limited edition thing to sell. It's cool. And like people were so angry that there weren't enough of them. But like I just there's nothing about the NES Classic that seemed life-changing from the word go.
No. It's a nostalgia item based on that.
It's a cool thing to own, but I don't think like at the end of the day,
it's hold on. Let's rephrase it. It's a cool thing to own because of how little they have of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Nintendo doing a well done emulation of NES games, and it's 30 in one for $60. But like people were so upset that Nintendo didn't make enough of these. And like I understand if you wanted one and you didn't get one.
It happened with the Wii, and it's happening with the Switch now.
Yeah, but like even past that, it's just like I don't understand why this is such a fucking hot ticket item. Like the part where people really want this just doesn't make sense to me, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool to own, but at the same time, I'm like, who cares?
It's I like part of this comes from me like realistically knowing that I would never really play any of these games. My brother has one, right? The one that I live with, so I have seen it. It's cute.
Who's gonna play Bubble Bobble?
My roommate will play Bubble Bobble actually. So, but he's weird. To be fair, I just like I don't know. Did you have an opinion on this? Not it sounded like you were gonna say something.
Yes. I feel like people have all the right to be upset about this. In the way of like they didn't say it was a limited item at first. That's one thing. Mm-hmm. Another thing is like, yeah, you could say this is always what Nintendo does, and like you should have been prepared for that. But like, regardless, like this is something that people want, and the reason they want this is because maybe they don't have an interest in owning something like $100 3DS or a $300 Switch or a $250 Wii U. So like if I want to play a legit way to play Nintendo games legally, well, going to an emulator or getting a Raspberry Pi and just putting it on my TV through illegal means that I actually want to support you, you won't give me that options to do that. Mm-hmm. And so this is almost like, well, fuck you. I guess I will just pirate your shit after all, type of situation.
Okay. And my tact isn't. I want to be clear. Like this isn't a thing that is like, well, you should have seen this coming. This is how Nintendo is, because I try not to take that tact.
Well, that's
even
what
if,
I feel it
that
is.
that is my motto in life now.
Yeah.
Like they burned me too many times. That's why I bought a Switch day one. That's why I pre-ordered Bayonetta Amiibo. That's why as soon as I got my freaking GameCube adapter for the goddamn Wii U so I could just play Smash with my GameCube controllers. Because that was a nightmare to get. Like, this is just something that because I'm a fan of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized if I actually want it, I actually have to pre-order it, or I'm just not going to get it, period.
Yeah.
That's just like a life lesson that I learned, and like that's just something that I have to follow, and I just gotta pray that the retailers will give me to what I want, because Amazon's been messing up, Target's been messing up with the NES Classic as well. So it's just like you just gotta be diligent if you want something, and it's something from Nintendo. Just kind of just pre-order it just to be on the safe side. That's kind of what you have to be.
Yeah, and just real quick, I'm saying I don't take that tack. Like I'm not every consumer is gonna be as familiar with like Nintendo's practices. Also, like Nintendo has to be better. They should be better.
It's an old practice to use.
But like I think like we can say to ourselves like I am setting the right expectation for myself, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't be critical of that behavior and keep saying that, because nothing's going to ever happen if you don't keep saying that. But like it is the part where, and that what you said makes sense to me. An option is the part where like why is this so necessary that I disconnect with, like as someone who genuinely never wanted this.
I didn't either.
So
you're coming from that standpoint, though.
Yeah,
this is something when people actually do want it.
Yeah, and the people do want this, and like hearing it is like hey, this is a legal means of emulation is cool.
Yeah.
And all of this comes with the caveat of the second half of the story is that it's rumored that a Super Nintendo Classic will come out this holiday, and that is something that I would absolutely want.
Yes, I would maybe be interested in it, but I'd be interested in a GameCube Classic more than any of these.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their preferences.
Everyone has their generation too. I think that's probably because like that was your Nintendo system.
Mario Kart Double Dash, best Mario Kart game of all time.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
Thank you. Like the other thing is, you brought up licensing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know that they're making money on it?
I don't know.
In the story, it said that they sold 1.5 million units worldwide, but
we don't know if they made a profit on each of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like there was a story about that came out, but I don't remember which way it fell on it.
It's like $5 to make one of those things, so I'm pretty sure they're making money.
It's plastic and like exactly.
It's just because of the licenses would they make money?
It would be right.
So
I mean, it's like 80% of their games, so I would assume so.
Yeah.
But the thing is they already have it on Virtual Console.
Yeah.
So so they might already have that licensing, so they can
there's
change
some of those
the words in the contracts.
Some of those games aren't on Virtual Console, right?
All those games are on Virtual Console.
Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind then. Yeah, I don't know. I like. It's a weird thing. It's just like I didn't expect it. It really surprised me at how angry people got about it. I try and empathize.
It's bothersome because the same thing happened with the Switch.
Yeah, and to be fair, like
the Switch is a different beast, though. I feel
the Switch is very different, right?
Yeah.
You have unsuccessful hardware. Well, you have unsuccessful hardware, and like so you're not going to order as much Switch just because I would not want to front the money or whatever reasons, manufacturing reasons, and then they ended up ordering twice as many, so they will have twice as many to sell over the next fiscal year. So, like they're working on that at the very least, and I've seen a couple Switches in the wild too. Like I'll say that much. Not for long, but
I'm happy that I do.
Yeah. But like different beasts. But I just like I was trying to voice why is this such a upsetting practice? But yeah, I think what you said now makes a lot of sense as well. But there's maybe a classic coming out this year. How many people here say SNES?
I say SNES.
Okay. I said SNES up until I met someone who said NES and Super NES, and then I started saying SNES.
That's weird.
I heard it's a more European type of way.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. It's weird.
People call it Super as well, which is cool. I think calling something Super is just really cool. But yeah, SNES is typically what I say, but I like how SNES sounds. I don't know.
Too
I'm
many
weird.
syllables.
Yeah. I have to say a syllable for each goddamn letter. Scott, we got some
English
NPDs.
language.
We do.
Do you want?
Yay, numbers.
Would you like to take me on a journey?
I was real lazy and I didn't open up the Google Doc.
All right,
So-
I put the link to the NPDs in the chat.
All right.
Making this easy
I was
for you as
about to
possible.
do it.
No, I got you. I got you covered. If you want to get that ready, we could go over the other news story that I had here as well.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco revealed Code Vein this past week, which this was like a weird thing. Like
This
I know
looks
they
very Nobishin.
it's very meaty. I'll
From what
tell
I
you that
know of
much.
Nobishin.
I like in
You're
the
correct.
2 hours.
You're correct.
you right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
The Games Radar headline for this article is Bandai Namco reveals Code Vein, or as I'm going to call it, Anime Bloodborne. Which I really like.
Thank you, Sam Pro.
Yeah, shout out. But so this was a weird thing. I know they brought it up on the Easy Allies podcast this week. It's just like a very odd reveal. So like, they put out this 2D art, like black and white with some red color on it, teaser video, and I was like, is this what this game looks like? And it said prepare to dine at the end of it, and it like there was so many blood coming out of their sharp fangs. It's like, okay, something vampires. Prepare to die was the Dark Souls series' tagline. So it's like, okay, is this related to that at all? Because I guess it's one of From Software Studios. And then they put out like another thing that was different, and then they put out screenshots, and the actual game looks like anime, and it's very different looking. So it was a very confusing way to roll out information. Like for people who's listening, for your context, it looks more like a Tales game than it looks like Bloodborne or any kind of 2D hand drawn art stuff.
Yeah.
So that initial teaser just was very much just, hey, this game looks nothing like this. Prepare to die and find out more this Thursday. So it's called Code Vein. It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One in 2018. It is some kind of action vampire game with hella anime in it.
Yeah, I will say, like, the environments and some of the images kind of look like Prepare to Die, which I like.
I mean, like, it looks like Tales of
Like the
Berseria.
destroyed cities and all that.
Yeah, it
I
like the character models have a very Tales vibe to me. It is the guy who directed God Hand, right?
Hideki Kamiya?
I am trying to. Of course, his name isn't in this, which is super helpful. Thank you. And yeah, I don't know. It's very weird that like this feels like such a very early tease. But let me find. Here's the quote. Thank you, everyone, for spanning this over multiple articles. Yeah, I can't find the director's name. I don't think it's Kamiya.
No, Kamiya is planet, so I don't think that's part of it.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently it's the same developers behind God Eater games, not God Hand games.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes more sense now.
Thus the confusion.
Okay.
Heaven forbid there be more Japanese.
The director is Hiroshi Yoshimura.
Yoshimura. There you go. Looks cool.
Of the Silicon era.
There we go.
There you go.
I have a third article. It only took 3 to find the director's name. But yeah, I like on a graph.
Google.
Hey man, I tried it too. I just
Code Vein director.
I just picked the wrong article. It seems cool to me, just because it has like the kind of Tales-ish vibe to it. But there's like we haven't seen any gameplay. It's just a bunch of screenshots, and there's going to be a trailer in May. So there's like a third thing to this announcement, but I don't know. It's a weird. This is a poor way to announce a game. I definitely agree with that sentiment. But either way, like I don't know. anime Bloodborne or anime vampires, you don't have to say much more past that to get me at least a little bit interested. Any vibes from you, Nabashin? I know you just hate video games right now, or you're done with video games right now. So it's not a fair
Video
question
games
to
have
ask.
burned him. He's never gonna love them again.
Yeah.
He's leaving the show forever.
No, like the game looks cool. From the little I saw of it, it looks cool. I just need to see like more gameplay action to see like if that will jive with me as far as like actual playing the game. So we'll see.
Yeah, does this like look more like a simple action game or like closer to like combos and Devil May Cry-esque? I don't know. I'd definitely love it if it did fall in that. All right, Scott. We're gonna get into NPDs now. I want you to read this March top 10 games list from bottom to top, if you could.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a ton of top 10 lists.
There's a lot of top 10 lists.
It's starting to look like January again. I was getting scared.
Yeah, no, just the top one. The top 10 list.
All right, at number 10, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Okay.
Weird.
You know, for as much as people are saying that they don't like that game,
Yeah, people are still buying it.
people are still buying
Yeah,
it.
but the thing is,
Hmm.
it'd be game on though. That's the part that's weird to me.
I mean, like the
And
Call of
it's
Duty
a
always
game
sells
that's
throughout.
it's the game's also 3 years old too.
Infinite Warfare is last November's game.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Advanced Warfare.
Yep.
I'm
you
dumb.
It's all right, we got there.
At number 9, Nier Automata.
Which is awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's on here.
Yeah.
You're not the only
At
one.
number 8, basketball. At number 7, For Honor.
That's rude. That's rude.
NBA 2K17. I'm sorry, we do actually have someone who likes sports here, so it's very different for us.
How
Number
do you
6,
not like
Scott.
sports?
Whatever.
You got a basketball hoop?
It's a
And
basketball
also a
hoop.
plane ticket?
Is it anything like Quidditch?
Some hoops. Won't play
Um,
NBA 2K17.
Okay. I like it. Sick burn, Scott. Number 6.
Garbage.
That
Well,
makes
they'll
sense.
braid it in. It used to be nothing.
Nothing. Now it's at least something,
Yeah.
and that something is garbage.
Yeah, it got upgraded. It lasted this long. Now it gets upgraded.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 5.
Soccer.
That's not soccer, Scott. MLB
That's
The
the
Show
wrong
is
sport.
baseball.
That's the.
Soccer with sticks.
All right, fair enough.
No. You're hurting me.
Please keep going, Scott.
Number 4, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
At number 3, nothing.
Mass Effect Andromeda. The new nothing.
Yep, the new
What about
nothing.
space?
At
What about
number
crappy
2,
space?
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Cool.
And at number 1, Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Is that weird to anyone else?
Yeah, because I've never heard of this game before.
Me. Really?
I
Ghost
Really?
Recon's fun.
Wildlands
I really like it.
specifically?
That's a very much so an Evan argument.
You're channeling our co-founder, Quinten. You're
Yeah.
getting down and diggy with Evan in your heart.
I don't know,
No.
it's full.
The answer to the question, no, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
I feel like that's the next. Like it went from like Destiny to the Division to
this.
to this, and I don't think it's going to be last like as long as the Division, or definitely not like Destiny, obviously, but like
Yeah.
I just feel
Thank
like it's just like this is the next thing for co-op buddies to get into, so I can see that's why that's the number one.
Yeah, it's fair. Like there hasn't been one of those games this year yet. Also, like nothing. Most of the
good,
big
too.
hit releases up until that point in this year were all single player, and they still continue to be single player stuff.
Mhm.
I think Wildlands is kind of like the only big multiplayer game I can even think of. Like,
For Honor,
oh, true.
keep forgetting it. But yes.
Completely forgot about For Honor. Not gonna lie. I guess like cooperative versus competitive.
For sure.
Also,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like no one is talking about Wildlands.
No, I think it fell flat for the gaming media that we follow. But
Yeah.
like I feel like as far as the general public type of thing, it's like
It's fun. The game's fun.
Yeah, and we had
It's
this
very
conversation. Like, I was like very much never really on board with it, but if I had a crew of people to play that game with, I'm sure I would have a ton of fun with it.
I played it by myself.
Jacob didn't get it today.
No, he didn't.
I think that's the reason why.
Yeah. Well, like, he'd never come to me and asked me, like, hey, if I get this, will you get this and play this with me? And usually that's how those things go.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Zelda's really cool to see at the top, too, obviously, because it launched with new hardware.
And it's also not digital, too.
Yeah, so that doesn't include digital sales. So it's just physical units sold of Zelda and Horizon and MLB The Show. So for those 3 games on that list, and not digital counted. And keep in mind, this is United States only. For some odd reason, we have like top 10 lists for like all of the major platforms as well, which I guess is new. I guess NPDs is stepping it up. And there's
That's
like
a movie.
that is a movie. And there's like now 2017 top games year to date as well.
Oh, shit.
I like that.
Which is cool. Like it'd be cool to see how this changes over the course of the year. So Ghost Recon Wildlands is the best-selling game of this year so far, and For Honor is second, and Zelda is third, and Resident Evil 7 is fourth. So strong list so far.
Horizon surprises me a little bit.
Really?
I mean, like, as far as like as far as number 7, I would think it'd be a little bit more. I know it's an exclusive game, but still, because then Zelda's up there at number 3. But
Yeah,
I thought Horizon had more of a push to it. That's why I thought it'd be like a little bit higher than that.
I think it is just because that doesn't include digital sales. So like I would expect that is a bigger portion of the PS4 audience than is the Switch audience as well. So especially with like a hardware launch. Overall, to go through some of these other stats that come out of MPDs, video game spending across hardware, software, and accessories is improved year over year by 24%, which makes sense since the new piece of hardware came out this month, or in March, I should say. The Switch actually outsold the PS4 and Xbox One in March.
That's surprising.
In the United States, making it the best-selling hardware of the month, which is surprising. Obviously, the PS4 and Xbox One have been selling pretty well, pretty much since the word go.
Because it came out on like what, the 7th or the 10th? Like
It came out. The Switch came out on March 3rd.
oh really? Okay, I thought it was later.
No, it was like right at the beginning. So pretty much got the full month. The Switch sold 906,000 units in the U.S. during March, which is 31,000 more than Nintendo's previous record holder for first month sales, which was the Game Boy Advance in 2001.
Game Boy Advance, best handheld of all time.
Game Boy Advance, I can get behind that argument. That's all I had to say about that. Specifically, the Switch's gray model was the best-selling console of March, followed by the neon red-blue version. Nintendo itself said Breath of the Wild sales exceeded 1.3 million units across Switch and Wii U. That also helped Breath of the Wild because it launched on 2 pieces of hardware, even if it probably didn't sell crazy well on Wii U. Switch version sold over 900,000 physical copies, which they say it here. The game attach rate of like Zelda 2 Switch is 99%, which is crazy. It's the highest
nuts.
attach rate for any non-bundled title for a gaming platform since NPD began in 1995, which is crazy.
Good lord. I'm surprised it wasn't bundled actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, there's plenty of surprises with the Switch. Horizon Zero Dawn, the month's 4th best-selling game, was Guerrilla's best launch ever, selling more than twice as much as Killzone Shadowfall, which was the previous record holder. There you go. Those are the big stats. That is the NPDs. That's it for news. I think we covered everything. I've been pretty bad about soliciting questions from the Twitters. I've been trying to be better. But we did only get one question from the Twitters as we move into the mailbag, mail sack, whatever it's called. I can't even think
remember
today.
anymore.
Well, it's because we didn't do it last week because we had the contest. So I don't know. You take a week off and everything just falls out your brain. The mail sack. Remember, you can tweet your questions at IrrationalPod with the hashtag IPQ, and we'll read them on the show. We will answer them here. So LaCroix boy, our boy Jake Nichols, asks favorite Persona 5 character. I feel like this would be this would break our rule of not.
It would 100% break our rule.
Yeah, so because I definitely think that mine would fall in that category. So how about this? This might even fall out of it. What about your favorite non-party member character? So your favorite confidant in Persona 5?
Okay. So here, there's another way that you can do this.
Sure.
You say the name, and that's all you're allowed to say.
Well, like we would know then. We would know.
I wouldn't.
Well, you wouldn't. But Nabish and I would each know, and that.
Is the rule for you guys?
Yeah, it's for us. It's not for the audience. I just because I think it'll be a nice surprise when we do it. But like there are plenty of great characters in Persona 5, so we could talk about a couple of them. So what's outside of the party? What was your favorite confidant option?
Probably the teacher Kawakami.
Yeah, I didn't finish that one, and I was like, it's true of pretty much all of them, where I was like, I don't know how interesting this is, and then like you get to like number 3, and you're like, I'm really into this. But yeah, like I got to 8 on her confidant link, so I was like really into it. I was way surprised at like where that story went. It was very cool.
For sure.
Trying to think of mine. I really ended up liking the politician
Yoshida.
It was like it went places, man.
He's like my number 2.
Yeah, I was like taken aback because like as soon as I got invested, I spent every night to him. He was the first one that I maxed out outside of Mishima. And yeah, he was like super. There was like a cool story. I think it was a relevant story to like current events as well. It was
the American political system.
I wouldn't say necessarily like the American political system, but like to politics in general, and to like the way that is presented to you and the way you're involved in that. I thought was really cool, which is true of most of the confidants. Like there are cool ways that they bring you into these relationships in this game. But yeah, that one was like I was really into it. That and the fortune teller, which I didn't finish, but I really liked that one as well. So yeah, there's a lot of strong characters in that game, outside of just your main cast of characters. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. LaCroix boy. Which I don't know why Jake changed his Twitter name to that. Maybe he can follow up with me, but I want to know if there's like been some incident with LaCroix that has really.
That Game Grumps episode. Hello.
I haven't watched that yet. The LaCroix tasting thing.
Yeah.
Should I watch that? Okay. I bet it's pretty good. That's the only question we got. That's it. Let's wrap this show up and get into bets, which we're gonna have to figure out at some point.
I think I gotta go.
Is there money being thrown on the show?
Oh, you'll see. You'll get there. If you would like to be, you should be. I will warn you. If you would like to be a part of the show, you can be a part of it in a variety of ways. You can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's MAIL. Don't be like Quinten. Don't be a filthy, filthy animal.
Why? Are you throwing my email on blast right now?
No, you said mail sack like ball sack, and it's not. It's MAIL.
Yeah.
Not MALE.
So it still says sack.
It's got sack in it.
Like
a sack of mail that you throw over your shoulder. Take it to the
no mailman.
Listen.
The mailman Alex.
I feel like this is a tangent real quick. I feel like working in the mail room is like a summer job that you do once, and that's where you like have your coming of age story. This is just me saying
you become like Charlie in that episode of It's Always Sunny.
Or that. This is just me throwing this idea out there generally to someone. If there's like a 16-year-old kid listening, I want you to work in a mailroom at like some big corporation for a summer and see if like you have a coming of age story and follow up with me. Roger McCorney, wherever you are. Caleb Scythall will get back to me. You can leave us a voicemail, 404-590-1337. Standard long distance fees do apply. Oof. You can tweet us at IrrationalPod with the hashtag IPQ. We'll read your question attached to that tweet on the show. Like I said earlier, you can follow each of us on Twitter. I am at AlFighter27. Scott is at WUTTEHCHUZ. What's a chuz? Nabishin, you're at NABESHIN186. And Quinn, you're at what? Yeah. Quantum _arbiter?
Underscore arbiter, yeah.
Is that quantum UM at the end or AM? UM.
Yeah, like space.
Yeah, I got you. _arbiter. What does that mean? Are you the arbiter of space?
No, just like, I thought it was cool. So like the definition of the arbiter, which I'm going to Google right now for you.
Okay. Define arbiter.
A person who settles a dispute or has ultimate authority in a matter, a person whose views or actions have great influence over trends in social behavior.
Okay.
That's why I like it.
All right. Arbiter is a good word.
Like,
so I'm with you.
Not even like related to the Halo games at all, because I think those are dumb.
Okay. Just fucking throwing on blast. All right. Then.
I mean, God, you're rivaling Bear Courtney right now as far as like just saying just going this hard on some games now.
You're just throwing shit in the garbage can. Like, no, it's not that I don't like it. It's just bad, and you're wrong and dumb, and you're bad.
It is. Except for Halo 3 ODST, because that game's good.
Jesus, man. Fucking you and Joseph Fay would get along. You can follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Some other stuff, rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us out a lot. Go to VGEvo.com. Check out the podcast there that we are part of. Podcast network, I guess. Other podcasts there. They're also cool. Monthly Passions podcast. I don't know if that still exists in some capacity. I should check in with Jarrett, see if he's all right.
He got a mic, I saw, like a few
Imagination.
days ago, so I don't know.
Okay. So maybe he's getting ready. Imagination.
Like the SpongeBob guest.
Exactly. Go to twitch.tv/IrrationalPassions. Follow us there for streams. I streamed some Flint Hook this week. I am going to probably stream more again soon. Actually, the programmer for Flint Hook tweeted at me. He was like, I'm sorry I missed the stream. It's like, all right, it's okay, man. We'll probably make it happen again. And I really like that game. I think it's a good for stream game. And youtube.com/IrrationalPassions. Someday, Extra Life videos will go up. 24 hours of them. Tell your friends about the show. Word of mouth is the best way to spread love. And for everything else, Irrational Passions, IrrationalPassions.com. One more time, Quinn. Where can people find more of what you're making on the internet?
BreakingReality.com. It'll probably not come up when you type in the search bar because I just tried doing it, but it didn't. But I'm also on SoundCloud. It's SoundCloud.com/BreakingReality, where I post weekly my show, changing the schedule from posting on Wednesday to Friday, just because it works better for.
You do that show with your brother, right?
Yeah, in my garage.
He's older, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of games? Good getting on getting that name. By the way, that's a
Breaking Reality.
Pretty great name.
Yeah. Does he like video games?
Yes.
Unlike
the majority
you?
of the show. Yeah, apparently. No, majority of the show is just us talking about like comic book and movie news. Then we'll like maybe topic of the show will maybe be like Star Wars Battlefront or something. Then we'll just like breeze through my news because it's super light and easy compared to his where we're more in depth about it.
Okay. Cool. Check it out.
Yeah.
And
good sounding audio too. Good sounding audio.
Yeah. 'Cause you guys have some good equipment. That's it. That's the show. Let's get to bets. So, at the end of the show,
I'm afraid
Quinn, we do bets to emulate our Lord and Savior, the Easy Allies.
All right. Let me grab my wallet. I got my cash right here.
No actual money is on the line here. Just your honor, your dignity.
That's not as fun.
Your honor, your dignity,
and 3 weeks of your life.
and 3 weeks of your life, and Danny Juarez's love and affection.
Oh, he already has that for me. So
Well, you got to earn it.
I
now
did.
that you're on an episode of IP, you gotta earn it again. Nabishin, what's this week's bet?
All right, so on April 28th, Mario Kart.
Oh fuck! Yes!
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe releases. So on the Kind of Funny live stream that day, who will win between Greg Miller and
I'm so
our
excited about this.
buddy
you, Nabishin.
Zyger? Who will win? And I guess should we make this a two-parter? Like how many? Because they're doing the Grand Prix or Grand Prix.
So by how
like-
many races?
So it's going to be 4 races. 'cause it's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Yeah, well,
like maybe like the points. Like there should be points in the end. Like there's 40 is the maximum.
No, that'll be too hard.
I mean, well, like you just need to get close enough.
God, that's like
Well, we're not trying
1 to
to.
100.
You don't have to get it exactly right. What's the max points you can earn on a 1-on-1?
Like if they're doing the
it's-
Grand Prix, it'll be like 40 points. Cause it'll be 10 for every if you're
I
in
thought it
first
was
place.
15. And
Well, the first place winner gets 10 points, right? It might be 15.
I think it's 15 now.
Do we have to do some fact checking?
I'll
Yep.
look right now.
And then second place winner gets like a lot less though, I believe, if it's just 1-on-1. This is so good.
Do
During
you
the
want to give Scott some context?
so Scott,
It's 15.
it's 15 points. Okay. Scott, you know Zyger. He's been on this show. He's a young boy.
Mhm.
Good boy.
Interesting kid, that
I
one.
think you've heard of Greg Miller. He's also been on this show. So
Really, I must have missed that show.
yeah, you must have missed it. He just
I think you need to tell me about this guy.
came
I
through
think-
like a wrecking ball.
I think you needed to tell me about Zyger. You know the one person that our phone number is not about.
Yeah, you're right. So Greg and Zyger are going to play Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Switch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe specifically. They're going to compete. They both think they will beat the other. That's pretty much it. You're caught up, Scott. There's your content.
Yeah, you see, when you said Mario Kart and then Greg versus Zyger, I already got it.
Okay. No, it was valid that Nabishin thought that maybe you didn't. So there's a great video of Greg in a half-cut shirt for a middle schooler. Fucking,
Disgusting.
it's beautiful. Don't look
Absolutely
directly
gross.
into it. You won't know if you're falling in or if it's coming out.
It's coming out.
It's definitely coming out. Quinn, because Nabishin is partnerless this week, you're going to be on Team BBC, which is the team normally made up of Nabishin and Tony.
BBC is a channel in Britain.
It is the British Broadcasting Company.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I know Tom Hawkins. And that is up against Team Flaught, which is Scott and myself.
I wish I got this.
So let's see. How many points will the person who wins win by? Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that's hard. That's
so-
real hard.
What is
So
the
like if Greg got like 40 and like Zyger got like 35, it'll be like 5 points difference type of thing.
Okay. I think. All right, I've got it. Oh, I guess that wouldn't work. Do we know how much the second place person earns in points? That's my
It'll
only
be
question.
because it'll be 60 max.
Yeah, 60 is the max amount of points you can earn if you won all 4 races.
So minus 12 because it's 3, so it'll be 48.
So 48 is the max amount that
Per
the
second.
second person can win. So the person can only ever win by a maximum of 12 points.
Yeah.
See, this is important. It's relevant. So get your 2 bets. So who will win and how many points will they win by? Type that in the chat on the Hangouts and don't send it quite yet. Write my bet down. And are we all ready?
Um,
Do you have the chat on the Google Hangout open?
They're doing this on 150cc, by the way, so they might not even get first place on every race.
Sure.
But like,
But
It's just the 2 of them. It's one.
But no, you can't. You can't do 1-on-1 in Mario Kart 8. It's got to be with everyone else.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, there's 12 race
Yeah.
members.
Yeah, that changes all your math.
Yeah, it changes everything. Okay, I'm gonna adjust my. All right, I'm ready now.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, you can hit enter and send your bet. Oh wow, some division. Scott, did you just not?
Hold on. There we go. Finally,
Way to copy.
there's
me.
something up with my keyboard.
It's okay.
That was supposed to go first. Believe it or not, I was supposed to do that thing where Alice gets mad at me for hitting enter. But then I was hitting enter. I was like, "The fuck's happening?"
So I bet Greg would win by 20 points. I believe in my boy.
That's a big gap.
Yeah, it is.
Big
Oh
gap.
no, I think Greg's gonna fucking destroy Zyger.
Like, I think you're gonna be close or you're gonna get destroyed.
I
No,
got the
yeah.
point.
Thank you, Scott.
Nabishin bets Zyger will win by 5 points, so that'll be close. And then Quinn and Scott both bet Zyger will win by 8 points. So if Zyger wins by anywhere near 8 points, then both teams get a point. But if Greg wins at all, Team Flock gets a point. So I believe in my man. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have faith in him. I wasn't going to get Mario Kart 8, but honestly, this is the best PR cycle for any fucking video game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like I have like some extra money squirreled away, so I'm thinking, I'd play Mario Kart again.
I'm probably gonna do it.
Are you gonna
Mario
get
Kart
an
8
option? You're
on
not
the
gonna
Wii
get any
was so
video
good.
games option, so never mind. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Are you thinking about it
It's a
though?
mindless game.
It has been making me think about it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like if I could
So
play it on the
good.
flight to like San Francisco, that's a good game to do so with.
That would be a better game for me on a flight than Zelda, personally.
Okay. I do like I love Mario Kart 8, obviously, so this comes as no surprise. Let's resolve last week's bet, which I already looked up earlier in the week. This week, some bullshit. Just
So you lost, basically.
by the way, so on April 18th, this was last week's bet. On April 18th, the Disney Afternoon Collection comes out. How many times in the IGN review will Scrooge McDuck be mentioned by full name?
Oh
The
my God.
correct amount was 0, which is bullshit. What is this? Some fucking bullshit journalism here?
Didn't mention any of the characters. Like, what? Come on.
They didn't. You should have said Scrooge McDuck's name once. This was a very weird situation though, because essentially, if any points were like, if it was said once, then like everybody got a bunch of points. Or like Scott and I would get 2 points, and Nabishin would get, or Team BBC would get 1 point, or like both teams would get 2 points, whatever. Anyway, I bet 2, Tony bet 0, Scott bet 2, Nabishin bet 2. NATO bet 5, and Tony won because it was mentioned 0 times. Tony brings Tony's
Nate
win.
put 5?
Yeah,
He
Nate,
put 5.
Nate said 5 for fucking some reason.
Oh my god.
I also like, so my phone auto capitalized NATO to like full all caps NATO. You can't see it because this fucking camera's not going to adjust. But it corrected it to
Oh my eyes.
NATO as in like North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is really funny. And I just left it there. But that means Tony's won the bet 3 weeks in a row, which means he won Danny Warres' love and respect for, well, love and adoration, love and affection, and love and respect, of course. And that brings Team BBC's total of points up to 17.
Oh, fuck.
And Team Flot's total of points to 12, holding fast. Woo.
Wait. Nabishin, aren't we winning?
Yeah. That's the catchphrase for Team BBC.
Yeah,
It used to be
he's-
Team All
didn't know.
Fuck, but then like Tony went BBC,
I like that
so
one.
that's our catchphrase.
There you go. It's the catchphrase.
I'm new to this thing.
So as Tony's teammate, Nabishin, I'm gonna let
You're good,
you.
man.
I'm gonna let you get the last word on anything you might have disagreed with. Although I can't just give Danny Juarez his love and affection to you. It's gotta stay where it's earned. Do you have anything you want to reiterate or disagree with?
Nintendo. Nintendo should just they really do irritate me with their supplier constraints. I feel it's not like it's a betrayal or something like that, but it's just like this corporate nonsense, and it just irritates me a lot. Not like if I had more time to think about it, like I would because I didn't know this was gonna be my moment, but like I just feel Nintendo should just get their shit together as far as that. Like they're doing so good with the Switch right now, and I just feel like doing stuff like this just makes their company in general just look bad. I think it's 2017. We're in a digital era, so like stuff like hardware of any kind shouldn't be hard if that's what the people want, or at least that's how I feel. So yeah, that's the end.
Okay, good final word. Let's close the show out. Quinn, thank you again for coming on. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna do this whole preamble thing. We're gonna end it, but I need you to not stop recording.
Gotcha.
Until I tell you to. So don't worry. Just keep on rolling. But I did want to thank you for coming on. Hope you had a good time. Thank you to everyone who watched and listened. We love you all very much. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for opening music of Two Player Co-op and our closing music of The World is Saved. And thank you, Scott and Nabishin. I almost said Tony, but he's not here. Fuck Tony.
Wow. That's some harsh words for the little anime boy.
I love you guys. Oh, winky face. This has been the show. This has been Irrational Patches Podcast 325. I hope you all had a good time. I have been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games, stay irrational. We will talk to you all next week. Titles. The most important part of the show. Scott, we need you.
Scott.
Yeah. I was
happening?
pulling up the doc and I forgot.
All right. Here we go. I posted the doc again. I got you covered.
Thank you.
Of course.
Because it is much harder to navigate this stuff on a laptop.
I'm sorry.
How is that transition? Because like, I mean, like it's not like it's the worst thing in the world, but like I know like you're a PC man.
It's not that I'm unfamiliar with the laptop.
Obviously.
It's that this laptop shipped slightly faulty. And not like slightly faulty. It's the bottom row of the keyboard is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It sometimes, like when I was hitting the enter button, that wasn't a gimmick. The enter button that's a new thing that just happened right now. It just started happening right now. I was hitting enter and it wasn't doing anything. I'm like, okay, well this is a new thing. The sound card on this thing is no good, and it bleeds into whatever I'm doing with the show for editing. So I can't edit on this thing either.
Nice.
So it works completely. It's overkill for school, except for the keyboard. But
It's underkill.
Other than that, the only thing that makes this uncomfortable is that I have to lay down.
Right.
And that actually makes
Because
it
I can't
sexy.
actually sit up here because of the way the bed rest for this thing is. It's a bookshelf,
That sucks.
so I can't actually like sit up against it without being in pain.
I'm sorry, bud.
It also forces me to have because I'm not sitting up, but I can't really control the mic near my face.
Mm-hmm.
It has to turn the gain all the way up, so I have to be careful about how I move.
Yeah, so you don't hear all those tummy rumbling sounds.
Yep. Anyway, titles.
Titles.
Who was making the drinks? The other Tony. Lua on pizza.
It's a good one.
You'll meet Evan one day. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You'll meet Even one day.
Even.
Yvonne.
Co loves them balls.
He does love them balls.
All around the world.
I believe you need to sing it, Scott.
No. Like the closest thing you gotta get to me is around the world. Around the world.
It was good. It was worth
Because
a shot.
that was the correct reference to pull.
I'm sorry.
There was one reference that you were allowed to pull there, and you didn't do it.
I'm sorry, princess.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna bring out my ruler now. and
You
beat
also
you.
fucked up that one. It's excuse me, princess. You should know these
Oh my
things.
god.
That was intentional, I promise. Excuse me, princess.
My swamp ass is really bad right now.
That's a good one.
I didn't know if I had to read that.
MLB, soccer with sticks.
It's not at all.
This fucking swamp ass title is so funny.
You're welcome.
It was real good. It was during the break though. People just wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can insert that in the show, but what do you like, Quinn? What title would you want to be the title of this episode of the podcast?
Swamp ass.
All right. Of course.
This is the most relevant to how I'm feeling right now.
Fair enough.
Because it's so bad.
It's real bad right now. I like the swamp ass title too.
Dude, it's
I like the on pizza.
Lua on pizza one.
Yeah, that's the one I was gravitating towards too.
I'm okay with that one. I can flip flop. I'll let the swamp ass go.
it was a fun. That was during what?
It's during the first break.
Bonus content. Lua? I thought it was on bonus.
Lua was bonus content. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna write some up here, Quinn, that I want you to read,
All right.
and then I will read the title.
So you want me to read what you just typed?
Yep.
All right. You are listening to the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 325.
Lua on pizza.
Only way to do pizza.
That's it. That's the show. You can stop recording now.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone who watched the video version. We love you all very, very much. Have a good night.